everyone, and welcome to tonight's very special one-shot, holiday one-shot, in which I will do a bunch of terrible voices, and we'll see how long these people can put up with me. I will be the DM for this evening. This is my channel. I am Lindy, and I am very excited to be here and to be playing with these absolutely fantastic, wonderful people. So I'm just going to go around, we're going to introduce ourselves, say who we are, who we're going to be playing, and then we'll get right into it. So we're gonna start off with deception check. Normally you run the whole thing on Mondays, but
I'm normally the last one to go on Mondays. What's going on here?
Well, yeah, you're usually you're the DM, but now I am. So ha.
The world is topsy-turvy. Why is that not Wendell? Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Fracquardo, Hassenpfeffer the Fourth, the Havisham Hassenpfeffers. That's yes, right. That's who you play. But no, today I'm deception check, and I'm just a player, so I get to die today horribly and on fire, more than likely. And I cannot wait for that. I am playing one of my favorite sort of one-shot characters. His name is actually Fluffy White Clouds in the early morning, but we all know him affectionately as Fluffy. So, yeah, should I describe who he is?
Yeah,
we're going to do that. Okay.
Fluffy
is about a 7 foot tall, 400 pound, just chonky kitty. He's a tabaxi monk. He's a bit of a wild card. He's a little silly, and he has what I like to call a keg of endless holiday cheer. So we'll see how that works out tonight, as he loves to drink and to cause havoc. So thank you very much. I can't wait to play.
Excellent, excellent. And we'll move on now. We're just going to go clockwise down to Gloria. How are you doing this evening?
I am muted. Now I'm not. And I'm really excited to do this. I'm like, I need more holiday cheer in my life, and this will be one of them. I'm very unfluffy for my character, Ashra Lunaris. She's more like spiky and edgy, as she is a elven rogue / maybe assassin. Maybe. Not that she would ever say that she is. People just happen to die when she's on her jobs. And she's kind of short for an elf. Silver hair, silver eyes, mottled grays and black cloaks. Very Christmas spirity, and usually she looks like she ate something bitter. That would probably be the best way to describe her expression. She keeps to herself. No Santa for being on the naughty list for way too long.
Oh, well, maybe that'll change this year. Speaking of our other dark and mysterious figure here on the bottom, we've got Greybeard's Tavern. How are you doing?
Hey, Greybeard Tavern, and I'm going to be playing Zan Morg tonight. His whole title is Zan Morg, the Born Sacrifice. He's a Kalashar warlock who was promised to a devil at birth, but the Kalashar soul snuck in there and kind of kept him from it, Harry Potter style. And maybe Santa had something to do with that as a birthday gift. So he obviously is very goth, and since I have him, they've been okayed. He's ready to wreak some havoc. So that's him.
Yeah, you gotta have your props. I understand. I've got so many things on my desk. But speaking of props, I always give props to my good friend Donathan Fry. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really happy to be back on the channel with my friends and meeting some new players too. I'm really excited for this. I'll be playing Sir Tomb. I've played him in many campaigns and adventures here and there over the years. And he's collected some titles. So let's see. Sir Tomb, the Knight of Worms, Exploder of Asteroids, Slayer of Vecna, BFF of Santa Claus, Star of Phantom of the Opera, Survivor of the Zombie Apocalypse, and Family Man. That's where he's at currently.
So, I like the Family Man. That's my favorite.
It's important.
It's
important.
It is.
Sir Tomb is very tall in heavy plate mail armor with usually a sand-blasted yellow cloak, but we'll say it's snow-blasted tonight. He wears a dark iron mask over his face. There's no nose or mouth. There's just like eye holes. And he doesn't really ever take the mask off.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a very rare occasion, and I kind of love it when it happens, but I understand why it doesn't happen often. So, we're gonna go around, and all of you have been summoned by Santa himself. You each received a reindeer with a letter, dropped it off, and then you rode the reindeer, because obviously they can fly, back to Santa. Now, who do you think would get there first? Who's the most, like, on it, ready to go? And how do you know Santa?
I'm probably one of the last ones, because
Okay.
not keen on doing good. So I just like, what do you want, reindeer? I'm gonna kick you.
You probably got a really grumpy. They probably sent, like, Blitz and go get you.
Yeah, we probably had like a grump off. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna say that Tomb, you got the message first. How do you know Santa?
Sir Tomb met Santa exactly 1 year ago on this very night, when he forcefully took over a production of Phantom of the Opera, and went searching for Santa in the meantime, and eventually found Santa, attempted to use mind control magic on him so that Santa would grant his Christmas wish to resurrect Caius, the god of worms, and usher in the age of worms. But at the last moment, Tomb had a change of heart and wished for peace on Earth for one night. And ever since then, at least in Sir Tomb's mind, I don't know if they've ever actually talked since then, they're BFFs now.
BFFs for life. Do you still have the picture? Have you seen this man? I was hoping you did.
Have you seen this man?
I love it. I love it. So yeah, you received mail from that man, and you get to... It's not where you were expecting. You were expecting it to go to the North Pole, because, you know, Santa, and, you know, I feel like Tomb knows enough that, you know, since he's BFFs, to know that Santa lives at the North Pole. But instead, you find yourself, in a... like, the mountains somewhere fairly temperate. And there's it's just a log cabin with a fire going. It seems small. You see a few reindeer to the side of the house, and, you know, smoke coming out the chimney. There appear to be lights on inside.
Does he know any of the reindeer? Are they familiar reindeer?
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
I know.
How about a 10?
A 10. You recognize Rudolph, because he's got a big glowing red nose. You like met him in passing before. He dropped off Christmas presents last year to your girlfriend and adopted daughter's house in the desert. So you recognize him.
Sir Tomb will like stomp over like 1 foot at a time over to Rudolph, and he'll reach out a hand for his nose, that red nose, and kind of just pokes it a little bit. And he'll say, "Where's Santa?"
And he points into the cabin.
Thank you. Watch out for assassins and scientists.
And
he turns and starts to stomp off.
He keeps a wary eye, and as you're having a conversation with Rudolph, roll a d4 to see who arrives next. Fluffy, you received a message from a reindeer named Donner, saying Santa needed your help specifically. How do you know Santa?
Well, Fluffy and Santa have the same basic body types, really.
It's
so
true.
Whenever Santa's looking for a little relaxation from his publicity tours that he does, he occasionally calls on Fluffy for some of the more regional shows that he would rather not have to deal with. So Fluffy dons the big red coat with the fur and the hat, and does his best to say ho 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 occasionally, and just drinks his way through all the holiday cheer.
Excellent.
So that's how they got to know that way. You know, they have the same agent. It's same sort of thing.
Makes sense. So you land on Donner, who's the strongest reindeer And you see there is a very almost menacing, tall, masked figure speaking with Rudolph as you land.
Donner kind of stumbles a little bit, as does Fluffy as he gets off. And he's like, "Whoo, hey, he shouldn't have had the last shots, Donner. Too much holiday cheer and flying is bad, so let's not do that again, all right? Oh."
He just lays down over, takes a nap.
Kind of looking at Tombs, like, Santa, you've changed your look there. Hi. What is it?
Ho, ho, ho.
All right. Who are you? What have you done with Santa?
I am Tomb. I've done nothing with Santa yet.
What do you mean by yet? I mean, I have you know I'm a good friend with Santa.
I am a good friend. I'm a better friend with Santa.
Look, friend, I doubt that's true. You see, my name's Chris Kringle. We're like butter. We're like brothers now, you know. So I don't think, no.
He leans over to Rudolph. Is he the assassin?
Look,
welcome, friend. I'm glad you are here. Why are you here?
Well, I visit regularly. We're buddies, Santa and I. So yeah, I was just in the neighborhood.
I visit all the time as well.
Funny, we haven't run into each other, friend.
It's easy to miss me. I can be very quiet when I want
yes,
to be.
you blend in with the area very well. That snow-blasted cape of yours, just right.
And as this is going down, Zan, you received a message from Prancer.
And of course, I would respond because Santa is one of the only joyous parts of Zan's life. He even has a hat that Santa gave him that he'll wear, and he'll get on to Prancer and soar across the skies. His Grim Reaper-like cloak whipping through the air. It looks kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas. And I guess when he gets there and they land, he sees the other guys.
Yeah, they seem to be having a Santa friend off.
And Zan just does that sort of the Ring look, his long black hair hanging down, and just looks back and forth at the two of them. Shrugs his shoulders.
Yeah, y'all see Death arrive on Prancer. Well, maybe not Death, but he looks like he took some aesthetic inspiration from him.
Is he with you?
He's not with me.
He looks like he's with you.
Well, why would you say that?
General aesthetic. I mean, I'm dressed Santa-ish myself, but
I'm just a man.
And when they look back over to Zan, we see Zan's view, and he's surrounded by ghosts because he's a haunted one.
Oh, no.
of the people that were supposed to be saved by him being sacrificed to the demon when he was born, and so these villagers are always stuck with him. So it's just that it's with you, back and forth, and then they like pan over, and there's just this vision of death standing there with all these ghosts. Santa called me. I came.
That checks out. I trust him.
You guys were wearing the hats. I have faith. We'll save Santa.
Santa needs saving?
Is Santa in danger?
No, you said assassin.
Oh, yes.
You did.
They're everywhere.
You thought I was
They're
an
crawling.
assassin.
Yes. Jury's still out on you.
Fair.
And Ashra. Blitzen had been sent to get you because Blitzen is the feistiest reindeer and could bully you into coming. So
Yeah, the minute she sees Blitzen, she immediately protects her forehead with her hands after her, she's like, not again this time. You're not stomping on me. You're not running me over.
they made a song about it. They still sing it at the taverns. It's called Ashra got run over by a reindeer.
She's like, no. It's like, and just kind of looks at it. It's like, wait,
It's got a
where's
message.
Santa? Where's that freaking coal dropping bastard? Just looks around for like the giant sack of coal she got last time.
Yep, just a message. Blitzen kind of spits it at you.
Ugh, disgusting. Just will read it.
It says, Santa needs you! And it's got like a drawing, like World War II recruitment poster style. And it says, naughty or nice, Santa needs your help. Santa needs your help. Save not only Christmas, but the world.
Do I get off the naughty list for doing this?
Blitzen rolls his eyes and then nods.
Hope Santa gives me my greatest wish. More money. Alright, I'm in.
Alright, so you ride in on Blitzen, just as you see 3 people in Santa hats standing outside this log cabin in a very thin, almost imperceptible layer of snow that's in these mountains. And you know that these mountains this time of year usually have quite a bit of snow, and usually Santa lives at the North Pole, so this is an odd situation in of itself.
Yeah. I'm imagining just Blitzen just landing just
Yeah.
in front of the people.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, she kind of just looks up from Blitzen's like, am I getting off now?
He just sits and you slide off.
Right. I kind of slide off and back away slowly. I make sure to face forward instead of like turning my back on him, like.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of turn around to look at the
Blitzen goes over to his girlfriend Vixen, and then she's like, and so
What?
just yeah.
You got a girlfriend? Just like,
And you just kind of reindeer shrugs.
she rolls her eyes like when a reindeer has more than you do. And I'll just look at the rest of you guys. Hi.
Hello. Are you also Santa's friend?
Or are you an assassin?
She's not an assassin.
Yeah,
She
obviously.
is very nice.
And when that gets said, Zan picks his hand up and the produced flame appears. And then it's no, and he grips the fire out.
Yeah, the very shady person with like all the knives and like by the belts and like the short bow in the back and just armed to the teeth. Just like, yeah, not an assassin, just a friend of Santa's.
I believe her. But you, and he turns his mask towards Fluffy.
What? Look, okay, let's make this. He pulls this keg off his back. It's just kind of like a backpack. Pulls it off, pops the top. All right, 4 of us, and 1, 2, 3. Tosses cups to each of you, and then just goes fountain, and just mulled wine just pours up into the air out of the keg. And he just kind of gets a glass. Have a drink. I mean, Merry Christmas.
I wait for everyone else to drink,
He
I'm gonna wait
drinks
for
his
1
full. He's
minute.
already going for second.
and then I'll drink after making sure they don't die.
Yeah, they don't seem to die.
Sir Toom catches the cup in his gauntleted hand, but he crushes it on accident. And so he just like stomps over underneath the fountain and just like turns his mask up and just like lets it rain down on top of him.
I'm glad I have extra.
Don't know what your name is, but you got good drinking style.
Oh, hi. Bob Christmas. Nice to meet you.
Bob.
Yes, Christmas.
Original.
Not really.
Turns around.
He said his name was Chris Kringle before.
Sure, I did.
Did it change?
Assassins lie.
Yeah, they
not
really
lying.
do. I look at Fluffy like,
Is Fluffy a tabaxi or is Fluffy a bunny?
Fluffy's a tabaxi.
Okay, all right.
Fluffy is a big tabaxi.
Chunky
He's
boy.
got he's wearing basically Santa outfit because he thought he was being called in for replacement duty tonight. So he's got this really bad beard kind of hanging off the side, red hat, big fluffy, big white kind of reddish striped beard kind of coming up from underneath his chin, but he's full cat face, very, very feline features, but just a big, big happy kitty.
Where's Santa? It's been too long. Something's wrong.
There's the cabin over there.
Oh.
We could check.
Sure, let's go. At this particular point, I'm just gonna stride on over to the cabin, check for make sure there's no wiring or anything, kick the door open, and just hide behind the wall in case
Give me
something
an investigation check to check for any traps and stuff.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we're gonna investigation. That is a 19.
There doesn't appear to be any traps. You do notice that there's a little bell that goes ding ding ding, kind of like a storefront bell when you open the door.
All right, she'll kick it open if it's not got a problem. Then just duck. I made.
All right, so you duck, and inside is a very warmly lit cabin. There's a roaring fire in the fireplace. And in a leather armchair is Santa Claus in a smoking jacket with a pipe and a very, very, very long list. He appears to be going over it with a pen that's red on one side and black on the other. And he looks up with the glasses on his nose as you enter. You notice that there's also another figure in the room. A lady wearing a very almost crystalline dress. She looks a little pale, a little on the bluish hue side, and she definitely has a frosty demeanor about her.
Hey, Santa.
Does everyone else follow in after the door gets kicked open?
Yeah.
Fluffy's last. He's got to put his keg back on.
Okay. So, you come in, and and Santa Claus looks up, and he goes, "Oh, it's you all. I'm so glad you could make it." I told you guys I substituted an accent because I couldn't do a good Santa voice.
Oh, it's perfect.
Santa?
Stewart. It's Jimmy Stewart.
Is that-
Santa Claus.
Yes, it's I, Santa Claus.
You're looking jolly, old bastard.
Oh, yes.
What's the fuss about? Just hold up the
Ashra.
paper.
And he kind of goes down the list, finds your name. Yes, I'm glad you all could make it. There's a terrible problem going on at North Pole. You see, the heat miser, he's taken over. He's kicked us out. All of us. Even all of the elves. And gnomes and kinder. And it's just, and if we don't fix it in time, there won't be a Christmas. But if not only that, the glaciers will melt, and the whole world will be underwater in a matter of weeks if we don't stop the heat miser. That's why I've assembled you all, the most competent people that were free and available this evening.
You guys are free Christmas Eve? She just looks around. Wow.
I canceled all of my plans just for this because
Yes, my good friend Shartoum.
he
Everyone I
smiles
ever
beneath
knew.
his mask. He also blushes beneath his mask. A
I'd
couple
say
of
Sir Tomb
worms
just-
crawl out of his. A couple of worms crawl out of his eye holes like tears, and they just kind of crawl down his mask.
Oh.
I've been waiting to hear that for so long.
Yes, you've been a very good boy this year, Shartoum.
I think Sir Tomb just won the friend off. Just.
And you, Fluffy, I'm glad you could make it on such short notice.
I thought you needed me but I mean, you got your best friend here now, so I'll just go wait outside. I don't know why why I'm here, so.
Now, 'tis not decision for arguing about friendship. You are all my friends. But there's an emergency here. The heat miser. He's gone too far this time. I've got his sister here, Jacqueline Frost. Usually she's in charge of the North Pole, weather-wise, but he's given her the boot too. And she's just crosses her arms in the corner. Yeah, wouldn't you know, my brother, he just being an asshole, just kicked me right on out, just melted everything. I was working on a bunch of projects. I was working on a blizzard for North Dakota, but no. He's gotta show me up. He just came out of the Bahamas and just blindsided me. He did the thing where he knocked at the front door. I answered the front door, no one's there. And then he came out, just bam, barged right through my back door. I don't typically lock my doors because I live in the fucking North Pole. And there's nobody there except for Santa, and he's cool. So, But, yeah, we've got to put a stop to my brother. He's just the worst, and he's just trying to destroy everything right now, so.
Did he do a song and dance?
Oh, my brother?
Perhaps a soft shoe number.
Yeah, something
a
like
top
that.
hat and a cane.
Yeah, he's real into musical theater.
It's worse than I thought.
I know, he's awful. He's just the worst.
How do you combat that? With a barbershop quartet, or?
Why do you think there's 4 of you?
Oh, gosh.
We need a sphere of annihilation. Do you have any of those on you?
Well, no, I have I'm specialized in cold and chilly things and ice things. I don't particularly deal in annihilation.
Alright, so, Ms. Frost?
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does he bleed?
My brother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody bleeds, right?
Alright, that's fine then. As long as you can cut him.
Oh, yeah. Now, it's not easy, but it can be done.
Is he immune to fire?
Yeah, how'd you know?
And then he points at one of the logs and does frostbite, and he's like, "How about frost?"
We fought a lot growing up, so he's slightly resistant, but it still does damage.
Alright,
We fought a lot growing up.
it's good to know.
Does he have any friends, any allies that we should be prepared to deal with?
Oh, you tell him about that, Santa, because he came to deal with me personally, and he sent his lackeys off to Santa's workshop to deal with that, and gave everybody the boot. And Santa looks up from the
What's he
list.
got? Coconuts?
Oh, here's far more than coconuts. And you gotta have some big coconuts to come raiding the North Pole in the first place. But, he's got, let's see here. I have some stats here. He's got some fire geists. He stole them from the ghost of Christmas past. They look a lot like this.
Oh, they look so old and miserly and hot. Ah!
Yes.
Okay.
They did a lot of fire damage to the toys. We evacuated what we could. We should still have enough for Christmas, but boys are working overtime to make sure everything gets taken care of.
Is Baby Yoda okay?
Oh,
The plushies.
they're fine.
Okay.
You say a lot of strange things, Mr. Toombs.
What's a Yoda?
Is that what your daughter
you
wanted for
say-
Christmas this
You
year?
say, she has a long list. I'll give it to you privately.
Okay. You should do it before you leave. That way I can, have time to go over it. We limited stock this year because of the
You could
fires.
just say yes preemptively, and then I'll get it to you later.
All right, that's
Whatever
that's fine.
whatever she wants.
I'll consider it. And he looks over and he goes, "Of course, you all helped me out with the heat measure. I'd make sure you were all on the good list this year." So, he looks over at Asha specifically.
She just smiles. I want gold bars.
I figured as much.
Gold.
I look very gleeful.
Gold is such a fleeting present. It can't buy your happiness.
Yes, they can, in the form of new knives.
Touche.
Now Now, do you all have any other questions before I hitch up the sleigh for you all?
We're going on a sleigh.
Well, I don't need it till, it's time to deliver the presents, and I can't do all that till there's snow. So,
Well,
it can be borrowed. I have a loaner sleigh.
it's still considered Santa's sleigh. I'm not excited whatsoever.
You're not excited about much, are you, Ashra?
Nope,
anyone-
definitely not excited about Santa's sleigh.
Does anyone?
I am excited.
It's no big deal. I'll drive. I mean, I've done it before. It's not really a big deal.
I've done it too
so-
many times.
Really? I'm sure. Well, you're his best friend, so I mean, I figure it works. I mean,
But this time, you can do it this time, though.
oh no,
Merry
I wouldn't want to
Merry
take away any of
Christmas.
your holiday cheer. I mean, feel free.
Oh, it's okay. I insist.
So Zan's driving, yeah?
Fine. I'll just sit in the back and drink. It's fine. I have my keg. It's all right.
Well,
Really?
take it away, Death
No.
personified. I just like give Zan's back a little slap.
And he turns like if it could be a noise, it would be, but all you hear is a chain rattle, and then he just kind of glides out of the room. He gets in the sleigh and he's sitting there when you get there, and he's just waiting.
You know, I'm supposed to be sarcastic, not literal, but I think that guy just made my sarcasm literal. Just like follows after him in like abject horror, like.
Are they like all of the reindeers, all of Santa's reindeers are hitched to the
four.
sleigh?
There's 4 of them.
Is Rudolph one of them?
Yes.
Sir Toom stomps up to Rudolph again, and he says, "Rudolph, with your nose so bright, do you breathe fire?" "Oh, I thought you did. Well, I hope you still like this gift I made for you. I drew you a picture. This is how I see you."
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. You can tell because the nose gets really bright and starts blinking, almost like a strobe light. And yeah,
He puts the paper in his mouth and he pets him, and worms crawl out of his gauntlet and just kind of get into his fur. And Toom goes, and stops.
excellent. So
who's riding shotgun then?
I volunteer one of Santa's best friends.
Fluffy's in the back.
I'll do it.
I'll sit with Fluffy and try to get some of his booze.
Alright.
Pops the top. It says stream, and just a stream starts flowing out. Use your cup.
no.
No.
All right, and Zan's like, I don't know how this goes. Yeah.
Do you have any vehicle proficiencies?
No,
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, this will go good.
You never know.
All right. Oh yes, my gigantic +0 in that.
At least it's not a negative.
An 8.
8. So you're like, yeah.
Go forth.
Yeah, go forth.
I think
Prepared.
there's a poem, or you have to say the poem. Magic poem.
He turns and looks up, turns back. Quoth the raven nevermore.
Sounds right? I just goes,
Like that one.
Then he'll go into it.
He has the entire poem. He has all of the Raven memorized.
So you
Goes
all
through
listen
it.
to the Raven, just the poem, the whole thing. And the reindeer are kind of just picking at little shoots sticking up from the ground.
I fear my poetry is not to their liking.
Tell them you're gonna skin them alive and feed them to the crows then, or the raven, if they don't go.
You get a couple dirty looks from the reindeer.
That's just kind of gross. And then he looks over and he sees the ghosts of his village are all trying to pile on to the sleigh and hold on to the sleigh. And he sighs and he says, "Ho, ho, ho." And he flaps the reins again.
Give me another animal handling check.
Oh, natty 20.
Nat 20. So you, like, they started to doze off during the raven. A couple of them did. And so when you said ho, 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 like, they kind of startled awake thinking maybe it's Santa, and they take off. Not quite realizing.
Starship acting.
Yeah.
All right. I got a nat 20 on animal handling, so I guess it's not all crazy and we're upside down and falling out.
Yeah, no, it's smooth.
Okay.
It's great. It's like they're driving as if Santa's in the sleigh. Super smooth. And it is a magical, clear, beautiful night. And you guys head north, I assume? To the North Pole? Alright. So, it's not hard to determine which direction is north, especially because I'd like everyone to give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see who notices it first.
17.
16.
10. I'm too busy gawking and pretending I'm not.
Oh, okay.
4.
Oh,
Just having arguments with the villagers as they're falling off and ghosting along.
So, is there a particular villager that likes to hang out around you?
Yeah, sure. The Ringu girl, like straight from the ring, just the white shift.
Okay. Excellent.
She's sitting betwixt tombs and
We're gonna say
Zan.
it's like the girl from the ring, but she's like 5 years old.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Sir Tomb, you notice it first, followed by almost immediately by Fluffy. The further north you get, the warmer it gets, which is very odd. You can feel like a hot breeze on the air. And
This is nice.
it does remind you of home a little bit, Tomb, because you live in a desert. Fluffy, it definitely strikes you as odd.
Is anyone else starting to sweat? I mean, fur under wool is really not a good thing for this type of temp. I mean, it's supposed to be colder up north, right? I mean, anyone?
I'm always cold.
Okay, nice. I really like the Nevermore parts, by the way. But try dash away all next time. It'll work.
Perhaps we are too late, Fluffy.
Is that a goblin poem? Dash it.
No, it's like command words for flying Santa sleigh thing.
Dash away, dash away, dash away.
Top of the porch, top of the wall, dash away. Never mind. It's fine. His best friend probably knows the whole thing.
I knew that one.
I
just didn't want to say it.
I knew you did. It's okay. I mean, I mean, I can see why you're his best friend, and I'm just like, the guy he pulls in for Midwest, roundabouts for kids or whatever. It's fine. I mean, Macy's Day's Parade, not everyone can do those, but it's hot. Okay. It's really hot.
But you are covered in fur.
And wool, which he's like kind of opening up the vest a little bit and untying the belt of some. And he's like, whew, it's really not good for the warm clothes. I don't know how he does it.
So we're going in, yes? Right, want me to scout ahead? Good eyes. With my 10.
You are still flying, but you do see the North Pole in the
After.
distance. Yeah. And as you guys are talking, the little ghost girl sitting between Sir Tomb and Zan parts her hair. This is maybe the first time you've seen this, Zan. And she kind of looks around. She's got very large eyes. And she says, Y'all shouldn't argue so much. It's Christmas.
That's good
Well,
advice.
almost.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. And can everyone hear her?
Yes.
Okay. Zan's a little freaked out by that.
Anyone hear a little girl talking?
I thought I heard the same thing.
It's
She's right
me.
here.
And she kind of
He
comes
leans-
up to the seat.
He
Ah,
leans really close to her and says, "Who sent you?"
assassin!
What? No, I've never killed anybody. I came with Zan.
They're all over the sleigh.
What?
There's like ghosts everywhere, right?
Yeah.
They're like hanging on everywhere.
Most are like super transparent. You can barely catch glimpses of outlines, but she's gotten more and more visible.
This has never happened. Something odd's going
You
on.
spiked my drink, didn't you? I just look at the phone.
I've had the same thing, so no, I don't think so.
I ate one of Santa's cookies that was on the table next to him, and I felt a lot better than I normally do.
So you're a thief.
And an assassin. It makes so much
There
sense
wasn't
now.
anything that said don't eat the cookies.
Oh, do you have any more on you right now?
No, I ate one.
Well, seems totally normal to me.
I
You should
would
go
not
in
agree.
first.
I don't agree at all.
It's even strange for me. They usually don't materialize.
I think I might be the ghost of Christmas present.
All right. I'll even admit that's pretty cool.
And I see Christmas going real bad if you guys don't stop the heat miser. So
Yeah, I mean, there won't be one.
try your best.
We will.
Okay. And she just goes and kind of sits back down. The hair kind of falls over, but just a little bit, not all the way this time.
Zan,
Yeah.
how do you even know Santa?
He's the only one who ever. And he his eyes squint to like little slits, and he's like, he's the only one who ever believed in me. And he kind of shrugs. It was that one, my whole village was dead, and yet every Christmas I would get a present. He brought me a new hand axe.
It's useful.
I think so. That's how I know Santa. How about you guys?
It just brings me these. I don't know what they're for, really, but I have a lot of them now, so
I have so many of those back in my home.
you'd think of something else to give us. I mean, those elves are better at making stuff than just little Christmas trees.
He also
Oh.
gives me other things.
That's what those are. Christmas trees. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Zan, I believe in you.
And he gets a little choked up. What? Thank you. What color are your worms? By the way, Zan doesn't ask.
They are
it, but-
pallid. They are pallid like the grave.
Okay. All right.
Tombstone color.
I kind of dig the worms thing. That's pretty sweet.
I brought you a gift, and he reaches into his cloak.
Okay.
Here, have this squirrel.
He takes the squirrel. Is it a stuffed squirrel or?
It's a real squirrel with a sign that says "nice tail."
It is.
He has a little Santa. He has a little tiny Santa stocking.
The question is it a live squirrel?
Yes.
Okay.
He's very sensitive about his eyesight, so please don't mention that.
I wouldn't think
He
of
won't
it.
get glasses. But don't talk about his eyesight.
I won't, though I have some if he needs them. Hello, squirrel being. I am glad you are alive. Will you sit here? And he puts him on his shoulder. Does he sit on
You
Zane's
did have a
shoulder?
nat 20 animal handling check earlier, so I'll say it carried
excellent.
through.
I've got an aura. Oh
yeah,
my god, I
you've
have to take a
got
different.
an animal-friendly aura for a little bit.
I have to take a different invocation.
You're a Disney princess for the next 20 minutes.
All right. All right. And what is your name, little squirrel?
Now, what is your good name? What's his name? She looks at Tomb.
Orny.
Orny, the squirrel with a nice tail. Gotcha.
Has the last name Mint?
I never asked. I'm such a bad friend.
I look at Orny. Does he seem upset about the lack of being asked his last name?
Let me see. Nah, he's cool.
He appears to be cool about it.
While this is going on, Fluffy leans over to Ashra. Does anything seem strange to you in the front seat up there?
She looks over. All right. Death personified is driving reindeer.
He's got a squirrel.
We're on a sled that's flying. That squirrel doesn't have a last name, so that's weird. Yes, and the other one just, they look like some sort of undead worm thing. The squirrel part, though, that's a bit weird. What do you think?
I think I need more to drink. And he just pops the keg again and just it goes for geyser this time. It's just spraying in the wind.
Yeah.
Like I can't keep up with all of this. This is too strange for even me.
I'm grabbing a flask and just like holding it in the hand.
Yeah. It's delicious mulled wine.
Very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Good and warm, not cold.
Mm-hmm.
Warm.
That's amazing. I usually don't drink on the job, but she's like, but this is good shit.
I don't ever stop drinking.
You may be onto something.
So, what do you think? Should we just land?
Yeah. By this point, you've come up upon the North Pole. You almost didn't recognize it as first because a lot of the snow and ice has melted down a bit. You can see bits of land and rock jutting out.
When did he get a pool? What? That's a snowbank half the time. Is this even the same place?
I don't know. I was kind of following the reindeer's lead.
The pool's a recent addition. Mrs. Claus wanted it.
Yeah, makes sense.
I didn't bring my parasol. I'm not going to be at the pool.
How will we know who is the heat miser and who is not?
Imagine if they radiate heat. Frosty over there looked like an ice queen, and probably this one's gonna like something flaming.
And we also know he likes musical theater. So that's a clue.
Yeah, anyone here can sing, maybe we can lure him out with music.
We could put on a production, and since he's the only one up here, when he comes to watch, we'll just jump in.
She looked like this.
She's like cool Elsa.
Oh, nice.
That's actually a very good idea.
I like it.
I did Phantom of the Opera last year.
Oh.
It was life-changing for other people involved.
And Zan looks over and he doesn't want to be like, he's trying to be cool, but he looks over and he's like, that's a good show.
What show should we do to trap the heat miser?
I don't have any theater experience, so I'm going to, leave this up to Mr. Toombs here, who has all the experience and is an acclaimed actor, changing the lives of many.
What about cats?
I saw a performance of that recently. I thought it would be okay, but there was something wrong with the art direction in that one. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. Like, I would rather have the crazy ghost people around me than watch that ever again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Especially you. You're nice.
Ah.
I mean, I'm scared of you, but you're very nice.
Well, I won't hurt you.
I'm sure that's what every ghost says before they eat your heart.
And the thing is like, they were all brutally murdered by a demon.
Mm-hmm.
So like, she's probably horribly disfigured or missing chunks and, bloody shift or
Nightgown.
frock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So extra cool.
She's just got like one gaping hole in her chest.
Do
Everything
you
else
know
looks
how
fine.
to tap dance, little ghost?
Let's see if she knows how to tap dance. We'll let fate decide. I did take some tap dancing lessons before I died. But I was
did too.
better at ballet.
Do the Nutcracker.
I like Black Swan. Just says that.
I think Nutcracker seems seasonally appropriate.
Ashra?
Yes.
What do you think?
Just slowly turns to look at Fluffy. I want to play the fairy.
Is that the Snowdrop Fairy? Or is it a Gumdrop
Sure.
Fairy? It's some dropping fairy. I don't know. Acid dropping fairy? I get these confused. I don't pay attention really. I'm normally
My mom always said the absinthe fairy used to say hi before she went to bed.
You could be the Absinthe Fairy. Little Ghost Girl made a very good suggestion.
I do enjoy some absinthe.
Same.
Not surprised.
Who wants to be Clara? I'd never watched the show before, but
I'm not feeling that from you though. I'm kind of getting the vibe that you maybe know what's going on here.
no.
No? I
think Fluffy should be the snowman.
I appreciate your trust in me for that particularly important position, but I would have to decline. I'm more of a stage manager.
What about the Mouse King?
I eat mice. I don't really play them. I mean, it's too much of a stretch for me. But I mean, hors d'oeuvre, sure, but no. Maybe Sir Tomb should give a monologue. Maybe a dramatic reading. That could be good. He's very dramatic.
I do have a wide range of emotions.
I'm moved just by you saying that.
I know.
I feel you.
I'm almost brought to tears.
We're going to need pyrotechnics. Every good play has pyrotechnics.
I glance over at Zan.
And Zan just puts a thumb up like that.
Does this finger flare up as well at a little tiny little?
Yeah, sure. Produce flame.
It's amazing.
But how are we going to get butts in the seats?
The ghosts.
We still have a lot of ghost butts.
Good, ask them.
Are you able to control them, Zan, to force them to watch so they have no choice?
The only thing that the only way I can control them is they're always there. Always there.
What is everyone's passive perceptions?
Oh,
10.
16.
All right. 15. All right. So 14 and up. You guys see some movement out of the corner of your eye from a nearby melty snowbank.
I think we have an audience.
I slowly put back the sword. I immediately drawn upon this movement. I'm like,
Yeah, the ghosts are all around us.
No, over there. The melty snowbank, the one that's supposed to be 20 feet high, but it's like 2 now.
Does Zan now see it once he points it out?
You do see what appears to be to the top of like a Jingle Bell hat sticking up from the top of the snowbank, as if someone's trying to hide.
Should we blast them from here?
or invite them to the show.
Or both.
He
Blast
does
them with
little
an invitation.
pyrotechnics.
And you see half a face peek up, and Fluffy, you would recognize this as one of Santa's workshop people. This is a kender, who is typically the material gatherer for, getting all the workshop stuff together.
Oh, I know that. Hey! Hello, friend. Come and get to know me better.
Oh, hi there!
Hi.
I wasn't sure. I saw it at the sleigh and I thought, Santa's back! And then I came over and I looked and there was no Santa, but there was some people wearing Santa hats, and so I figured I'd just, get a good look at the scenario before popping over.
Yeah, we're the Santa Super Friends team.
Santa Super Friends team. Wow, that sounds pretty official and fancy.
Work in progress.
All right,
Still
then.
workshopping the name.
These things do take time, We had the workshoppers union. But it's fine. So you guys here to help out? It's not great.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Because Heath Miser, he's just taking over Santa's house and the workshop, and he's just making all these things that are just, they're bad. And like the twin soldiers, he's got them all moving on their own, and they're keeping the people who couldn't evacuate or slip out like I can. They're keeping them hostage in the workshop.
You're saying he's transformed the toys into monsters?
Some of them, yeah.
What about Baby Yoda? Has he changed Baby Yoda?
He took all the Baby Yodas, and he brought them into the main house with him. I haven't seen a single Baby Yoda since.
No! And Sir Tomb stands up, he's still in the sleigh, and he knocks some of the presents over on the bed.
Okay. Yes. Now,
Then he sits back down.
that's not to say that the Baby Yodas have been changed, but they have been taken hostage.
Do you think that a play will work as a trap?
It just might, he didn't come in and wrangle us all up until we stopped singing our Christmas carols on break.
Do you have any explosives?
I mean, what you need.
the biggest bomb you have.
I got some fireworks.
Okay.
I've got one real fancy one that looks like a dragon when you light it up, and it's real pretty, very aesthetic.
We'll need a stage, though. Where are we going to perform?
I mean, we could perform on the New Year's gazebo. Casita, he used to work Christmas, so we usually have a big, shebang for New Year's.
Is this gazebo alive?
I mean, it does. I wouldn't say it's alive, but I will say that there have been some things about it that I can't explain.
Is it an ally?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
As long as you're cool with Santa, you're cool with the gazebo.
We can count that amongst our assets.
Oh,
We
I'm
have to
Noelle,
protect
by the
Ashra,
way.
though. She's our star.
Hmm.
Noelle. Do you dance?
I mean, I've been known to do the safety dance a time or two.
Safety dance.
The safety dance.
Dan
I just
knows
stare.
it, but he's pretending not to.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind, but if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, then they're no friends of mine.
Oh, that dance.
I'm so confused now.
I had a friend who was a bard once. He did that.
You had a friend once who was a bard, or you had a friend that was a bard once?
I had a friend that was a bard. He used to do that dance.
Well,
That
I
still
was wondering
doesn't
how he could
answer the
stop being a
question.
bard.
Oh, by dying.
Oh, ouch. Do you lose a lot of your friends?
I just drink the little sip.
How many more of you are there?
Round it up or running around free?
Well, I mean, running around free is better.
There's about 2 others running around free.
Where are the rest of you being kept?
In the workshop. No, not even any breaks. It's just straight up slave labor at this point.
We will break these chains of oppression.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's real, hardcore. It's much better than when I said, I'm gonna blow this popsicle stand and escaped.
I bet it worked for you.
It did.
Yeah.
And I took all the popsicles before they melted.
That's wise.
That is a shame. There's no more popsicles left.
I mean, I got some melted popsicles. They're the kind that are in this little tube. So, they're just liquid now.
Do you have cherry?
Let me check. Yep, I got cherry.
I frostbite the popsicles so they freeze.
You're magical.
Yeah, I'm just Zan, you brought the magic of Christmas to reality. I'm just on the side, they're crunching it.
So
Right, so we're going to the gazebo, right? That's the plan. Performance at the gazebo.
It's foolproof.
Indeed. Who can sing? We'll need music.
I can play the flute.
Perhaps the chorus of ghosts will sing.
it is
That won't be haunting at all.
It is a haunting required.
A lone flute and a chorus of ghosts. This would be the most Christmas thing ever. I cannot wait. I need more drink. He just turns around and turns on the keg and just puts his head over it.
I literally on the way drive home, because I have a very long drive home, I typed in goth rock Christmas music and put on a playlist. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. I misnamed this. It should have been, instead of Santa's Helpers, it should have been a very deadpan Christmas.
It's what happens when you have no session 0.
Yeah,
Just
but I
everybody
love it.
comes and
love it.
me too. So,
as one of the closest friends of Santa ever, I know exactly where the gazebo is, and I'm going there right now. And he just turns and walks in a direction.
I also know, but I'm going to let him go first because he seems sad. Tim follows behind.
I say this under my breath as I'm following behind with Zan. 4-3 Fluffy.
And the chains that Zan wears are dragging on the ground with the long sleeves. And then the ghosts are like behind him, and then some of the ghosts are like excited and happy, but like I said, torn to shreds and all totally gruesome.
So what's the deal with the ghosts anyway? Are they just like people you killed, or?
No, I was supposed to be a sacrifice on my birth, and my sacrifice would have saved the village, but a helpful spirit inhabited my body, and the demon couldn't take my soul. So the demon's vengeance was wrought upon the village, and hence they are cursed to follow me.
I do feel a slight pressure as you see the little ghost girl has taken your hand. And she goes, "It's okay. I don't blame you."
I blame me.
Why? Because you were born? She just raises an eyebrow. No one should feel like that.
And he doesn't respond. He just starts looking like side to side and just keeps going.
I'm just like, hey, I need some more of that drink.
Alright, Fluffy, so you lead them towards the gazebo, which is normally decked with beautiful blinking Christmas lights and covered in snow. But when you get there, you see that there has been a horrific change. The Christmas lights have been stripped off and thrown to the side. The snow has all melted off, and on it instead are little paper cutouts of palm trees and coconuts, and there is a set of steel drums on there, and grass skirts line the perimeter.
I don't know, guys. I kind of like the new aesthetic. I mean, I want a Mai Tai now, but I mean, is it so bad?
Yes, I hate coconuts. As like I begin to pick up the Christmas lights and start making like a round lasso of like rope lights, like slowly picking them up.
Yeah, that's totally doable.
This seems way too cheerful. At least Christmas is bleak and cold.
And cheerful.
Not the way I do it.
I love you. I love Zan so much.
I cracked myself up.
I'm dying.
All right. It seems that we're all prepared for the big opening night of the show.
You want me to grab the other two who aren't kept prisoner in the workshop?
Yes, and all of your explosives.
All right, I'll get all the fireworks. Be right back, boss. And Noelle runs off.
After Noelle runs off, I look at Sir Tomb. You know, what Frosty said, right?
No.
That, you know, fire can't hurt him.
I wasn't listening. Are you sure?
Maybe the force of the explosion might hurt him, but if it's a fiery explosion, how do I say this? Not in front of the elves. Okay, there's no elves. We're fucked.
But perhaps when he sees the beauty of our production, his heart will be changed.
Grow 3 times its size?
Yes, that would probably kill him.
Good. I just gotta go step back and kind of like glance over at Zan's dead person, just like give him a sup nod.
Mm-hmm. And by this point, you've coiled up all of the Christmas lights.
Do we
Well,
need
if
any
it doesn't work, I got
costuming?
this.
Uh,
Costuming?
Yeah, I mean, I have a kit for that sort of thing. I mean, it's more for disguises, but I mean, I'm pretty good with it.
Do you have makeup?
Yes.
All right. You can make me up.
I can prestidigitate the clothing into other colors for 1 hour. Everyone want black?
I'm feeling pretty cheerful in my Santa thing, right? It's hot.
As literally everyone except for me on the stream is wearing black.
Mr. Toombs, what would you? Well, how would you like to be presented?
I will be playing the role of a tree, so just paint my mask tree-like.
But who's playing the Nutcracker?
He looks to Ornery the squirrel, who's on Zan's shoulder.
That's a good choice.
And I guess Zan can be Clara then.
No. I have to do the pyrotechnics.
I glance over at like, Mouse King or Clara.
I'm the orchestral accompaniment.
You are the flute player, yeah.
He pulls out his flute. He's like, see, flute.
And Zan will go, I have an idea. And he calls forth an unseen servant
Uh-huh.
and puts a cloak on it.
Okay.
There's our star. Or wait. Sorry. What was the squirrel's name? Ornery.
Ornery.
Ornery. Sorry. Ornery, you're the star. I didn't mean to insult you.
I have an idea. It's just so crazy it might work, Zan.
I'm all ears.
Would you be willing to get married, at least temporarily?
What?
To Ornery?
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Ornery and Tomb both wink at each other, but you can't see Tomb's eyes because it's covered
'Cause
behind
he's got
a
a
mask.
Yeah, so you just see
But
the squirrel.
their
like-
plan's coming to fruition.
Okay.
Tomb takes out like a vial. He takes out basically it's this like briefcase, and he opens it up, and it's a bunch of different vials of blood, and they're all labeled with different races names on them, like animals and beasts and all different. He takes out one for squirrel. And what race is Zan?
He's
evident?
human, but he's a Kalashar.
So he would assume that he's human. Because I don't think Tomb would know that he's a Kalashar.
Right.
So he takes out the human, and he takes out the squirrel vials, and he takes off the corks, and he goes over to you, and I now pronounce you man and wife. And he kind of sprinkles a little bit of blood towards you. And I would like to cast. Can I cast ceremony?
Yeah. Sure.
Orny is a girl.
I never asked. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Really, it doesn't really matter.
I'm such a bad friend.
As he says that, like Fluffy starts doing a peppy, like like wedding march.
In this flute. And the ghosts have to watch. They don't have a choice. They're the spectators.
Exactly.
So Zan and Ornery both gain a +2 bonus to their armor class while they're
Okay.
within 30 feet of each other.
Excellent.
There. They'll never see it coming.
That was a
It's a
clever
beautiful
plan.
service.
And I hesitate to say, but the briefcase of blood, very cool.
Thank you. It's entirely normal. I'm just a man.
Yeah, checks out. I have one too.
He looks
Fluffy
over.
backs away.
He looks over and gives you like a respect kind of hand sign to the thief assassin.
What sort of friends is Santa collecting now?
Best friends.
Ooh.
Oh.
4-4. Done.
And so, Ornery and Zan are now man and squirrel. They have been married, thusly. And by this point, Noelle comes back with 2 of her friends that also are not kidnapped and kept in the Santa's workshop. And she introduces them as Holly and Jolly. They're twins.
Do you dance or sing?
You see, Holly's a contortionist, and Jolly's a fire juggler.
Perfect. Just what the Nutcracker always needed, but never had before.
Oh, Holly's also a sword swallower, in case you didn't know. She's very talented.
That may be more useful than fire juggling. I just found out that the heat miser can't be harmed by fire. So
She could keep a sword stuck, and they would never see it coming. And then,
Except, the hilt.
well, some people have hilt faces, I guess. At the
Yeah.
last second, Sir Toon could draw the sword and kill the Heatmeister.
Jolly,
Oh.
do you think you could possibly seduce the heat miser, go in for a kiss, and
I do not know, but I could give it a try.
Well, if the whole kiss thing doesn't work, she kind of like takes off one of her wrist knives that has like a popping out action. Like here, just kind of ties around the wrist. Do
Oh.
this. It'll come out immediately to your palm,
Oh,
and you can just, kill him with it.
I do not like the violence, but I can give it a shot. Why are you laughing?
Oh, just thinking about how fun it'll be.
To kill the people?
No.
I am unconvinced, but I will take your word for it.
Think maybe I'll try to release those in the workshop beforehand. Break their chains of bondage.
You know what,
You-
Zan? If you ever need a second job, you should be a poet. Your words are beautiful.
Appreciate it.
We do have slam night at the North Pole, every third Thursday.
Seems a little too organized.
Yeah, I agree. Poetry should be after or during a kill.
so
Okay then. I did bring all the fireworks that we had too, and
good.
Like
We will not be
basket.
needing those after all. It
Oh,
turns out.
I just
We
put
can
him.
use it to announce the
I'll-
show, though.
Oh yes.
I'll just
that's-
put him by
that's
the
a good
gazebo
idea.
right here. Then just set them down.
So the plan is to go free all of the workers and then chain them to the chairs so that they have to watch our production.
Or they just watch our production, and when we say go, when we finally draw the miser out, they can just pile on top of them and take them down.
Hmm,
Strength in numbers.
I like it. Fluffy, what do you think?
As the least theatrically inclined in this group, I'm probably going to have to acquiesce to the skill sets of our murderous friends and you. I'll just, here, just let me paint your mask so you can be a tree.
Thank you. And also, I understood every word you just said, just so we're clear.
What's
Oh,
acquiesce?
What?
Oh, it's a cool band. Got this
Cool.
lead singer lady,
Yeah,
Acquiescence.
they're all right.
I like it.
Make me a beautiful tree, Fluffy.
pulls out its disguise kit and goes to work.
Give me a disguise kit check.
Okay, I'm going to use my black die because everyone else is in black tonight. Disguise kit.
We're feeling so festive.
Yeah, so proficiency, that would be a 16.
16. Tim, you're a beautiful tree. What kind of a tree did you make him?
A spruce.
A spruce.
Almost, well, kind of a mix between a spruce and a Douglas fir.
Okay, classic Christmas tree.
Yeah, and right on the side in very little letters that I could only really see up close, it says Santa's third best friend.
Not even second. Who is?
No.
Oh man.
I think Zan's taken that place.
Excellent. So.
5-4 Fluffy. I'm keeping track of this.
All right. So.
You are a beautiful tree, Mr. Toombs.
Thank you.
May you shine in your performance this evening.
May you also shine in general.
I will attempt to.
Let us free these workers.
Mr. Mark,
Oh,
And
what do you want
What-
me
what?
to do during this?
some ghosts have the ability to kill a person just by looking at them. Are you able to do that?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Could you try now? Not with me.
Well, who do you want me to look at? I don't think killing people sounds very nice.
golly.
It's
seems
completely
redundant.
acceptable in adventuring circles.
Yep, that's true. I'll volunteer. Why not? I've nearly died before. Let's do this.
Okay. Think naughty thoughts.
And she kind of screws
I'm
up her
already
face
thinking them.
and looks at Ashra. And let's see, I found a ghost girl when I was flipping through this book earlier. So I think I bookmarked her. If I was smart, I did. Let's see if I was a smart DM. Come here. Book. I keep over flipping. I
That is such a
did!
jolly mug.
Look at this little ghost girl.
Oh, she's so cute.
Let's see what she can do. Oh, snap.
Kill a party member. Ouch.
Okay. So, as she's staring at you, she sinks into the ground a little bit. Oh my gosh. And she's gonna try to touch, to touch you, to boop you. So, what's your AC, or do you let her boop you?
I mean, we're having a staring contest, and I'm trying to see if she'll kill me. So
Okay.
I'll just stay still.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she grabs your hand, and you both sink into the ground. And then she floats back up. You are sunk up to your waist, and she goes,
I tried really hard, but I could only do that.
Am I just waist deep in snow then?
no, in the ground itself. If you want to try to escape, you can give me an athletics check.
Yeah, Ash was not what I was expecting. All right. And she will attempt it with a 4 as she's
Yeah, with a 4, you don't even feel your toes wiggle.
And she goes, I could have brought you down lower, if I had tried to stare at you for another, 6 seconds, but I didn't think that you would be able to breathe if I did that. And
I think you'd
you need
effectively kill me. Yeah.
so.
But now we know. I'm kind of stuck here, by the way, guys.
Can you bring her back out?
Nope.
Oh. Well, at least we know. At least we know now.
I'd say that's a respectable talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very respectable. I'm stuck here for good.
Useful.
So, we should.
Holly and Jolly get
Perhaps
like
we could-
some shovels.
Or, you could, pull me like one of those French turnips.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, and he tries to do that.
Give me an athletics check.
Fluffy will help. He's trying to assist.
Give me an athletics check with
Okay.
advantage then with Fluffy's help.
All right.
Zan didn't move to help.
Ooh, that is a natural 20.
A natural 20. Excellent. So, seeing as how the DC is 20, she's only a CR2. She's beefy. You like, there's a second where you're like, oh man, she's really stuck, and then just pops right out. You almost feel like you're gonna be ripped in half for a second, Ashra, but you get over it.
And it's like with the natural 20, it's like a dancer's lift. It's like it's dirty dancing. Yeah,
Yeah.
He dirty dancings you up out of it.
Can I do like that?
Yes. Give me an acrobatics check. Let's see how cool this looks.
All right. 19.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I don't want to admit it, but that was cool.
It's all part of the show.
Yes.
We'll
We make a good team, Sir Tomb.
Sets her back down.
I
We'll have to
twirl as I
remember
land.
that. We'll have to do that exact same thing again on command later on.
Does it
With
involve the
exact same-
burying?
Yes, yes, it's a very important part, and I'm
All right.
sure it will go just as well next time.
Definitely.
Yeah, checks out.
So, to the workers and their freedom.
Yes, we've thought everything through.
All right, so you guys approach the workshop, which is a very large building, and it's got some windows up top. You see smoke just churning out the chimney. Not like the regular kind of white wood smoke that normally is there, but this is like a black acrid smoke. And you guys have a high enough passive perception that most of you, I think Zan's is the lowest. Most of you can see. It looks like almost like a little. Almost like firelight, but moving around on the inside.
Are we ready? Should I do the opening number?
Are we doing the show now?
We're freeing the workers first, I thought.
I
Oh,
haven't
we're freeing the
even
workers first.
Oh, yes.
We
Or
need
should
an
I
audience.
play us a nice rousing, freeing the workers song, or would that be too loud?
Sure.
I'm okay with that, as long as it's
Yes.
not happy.
Oh, I thought freeing workers would be a happy. I only had happy songs in mind.
It should go something like dun 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 dun. So that they
That
can-
sounds more like Bringer of Doom than Breaker of Chains, though.
well, but that'll incite them to break their chains.
Or crush their spirits further. And yeah, well, let's just see how it goes. I'll try and work both in. I mean, with the flute you can do only so much, but I'll try. I mean, I'm sure it's possible.
All right. And when we get close, Zan will try the door and see if it's locked or not locked.
The door appears to be unlocked.
All right. Then Zan will stand back and thaumaturgy the doors open.
Okay.
And like a burst of wind, so it blows back all the his dark robes and rattles the chains.
Mm-hmm. And so you burst through the doors. Just give me a performance check. I want to see how cool this looks.
Sure.
As he's doing it, Fluffy starts playing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Nice. The Man of War version, of course.
Of course,
Of course.
on flute.
15
On
and-
flute.
15 and 4 is 19.
Sweet. So yeah, it looks super freaking cool as you just burst open through these doors. And you see several fire geists turn their heads towards you, and I'll show everyone what the fire geist looks like again, because they're pretty freaky cool. And you see a bunch of the worker elves and gnomes all covered in like soot and grime. Their hands are manacled to the workshop benches, and they are to be slaving away on these tin soldiers. There's
we
a
just,
couple
like,
tin
run?
soldiers in the corner that seem to have red glowing eyes.
Oh shit. No time like the present. Gonna say Merry fucking Christmas and run in and just try to kill one.
Okay, everybody please roll me initiative.
Ooh,
16.
nice.
All right.
18.
24.
Dang.
Holy frig!
Natural 19 on the roll.
Oh, beautiful.
4.
Oh.
I'm still standing in the breeze I created, looking cool, and you guys all rush past.
You've got to hold the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
you really got to hold that moment there.
I kind of like to imagine like you open the door, like everything's like billowing and swishing, and then Fluffy just kind of ducks under your arm while like I
Yep.
It's that monk speed. All right. So, Fluffy, you
Aye.
dart in, and you're up first. You see that there are 4 fire geists and 2 tin soldiers.
Okay.
The tin soldiers are on the farthest side of the room.
All right. So I am going to I'm going to go up to closest firegeist because I they look cool, but I don't really know much about them. I'm just like, hi, come and get to know me better, and then I punch him twice.
Okay, give me them punches.
The first one is a 14.
A 14 just hits.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's
So
a magic
that's
number.
gonna, yeah, no kidding. So that's going to be 8 damage, bludgeoning.
8 damage. Excellent.
With
Excellent.
punches.
Mhm.
And the second one was at 20 to hit.
That'll also definitely hit.
Okay. And that's going to be a grand total of 6 bludgeoning damage.
Excellent.
And I am going to attempt to no, I think I'm going to try and attempt a stunning strike. Can I do that at this level? Let me double check. Cat's claws. Oh, I can stunning strike. Yes. So Constitution saving throw for the Geist if it can be 14. DC 14.
Okay. DC 14. He rolls a natural 17.
Okay, doesn't work. So then I will just punch him one more time with a bonus action.
And, let's see. Stunning strike is paralyzation.
I don't believe so. I think stunning
Okay.
strike.
Stunned. Okay.
It just says stunned. I
Cool.
don't think it's
I just wanted to make
paralyzation.
sure.
Okay. He misses with the third strike. He
Okay.
rolled a 10.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, you just punch into him like a punching bag, and little woofs of flame just kind of, wick out a bit. You don't take any damage from hitting it though, because he is wrapped in a dark, heavy, cowled robe. And that's all you'd like to do. So
That's all I've got.
on to Ashra.
Hi. So there's the one fire guys that like Fluffy just kind of and hit it seemingly,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked solid enough to stab.
Yeah, it's definitely solid enough to stab.
Cool. And she
They're
was
almost,
like, well,
they're almost slightly magma-y on the
oh,
inside.
that's lovely. It was just like, I hope they don't get icky on my blades. I should kind of run past them. She trusts Fluffy. Like they can do it.
Yeah.
And will basically almost kind of pounce as she kind of jumps up and goes for like twin slashes as she's a dual wielding.
Go for it.
assassin.
Stabby
Okay.
stab.
All right. So with this particular thing, all right. So first and second, because of my proficiencies, it should be okay. Okay. So I luckily get advantage because for my assassinate kind of thing.
Yep, because you get your initiatives before theirs. So
Yeah, and I got a natural crit on the first one,
Nice.
27, and then an 18 on the second one.
That definitely
And
hits.
then I'm going to also use my, I think it's Accenture to make it count. Because, gotta,
Oh, you're a
go
rogue
home.
fighter.
Yes, that is the
Snazzy.
true assassinate build. All the damage, one go, and that's it. One and done.
One done the end.
Yes. And that is a 20 for the last one.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, so I also get my sneak attack.
Yeah.
And that's considered critted.
Yep.
If I hit.
Roll a bunch. Just roll all the d6s.
So,
all of them.
So that's just one of them. I only get them for I think one of them. So that's a 5 plus a 16.
5 plus 8 plus 16.
Plus a 14 plus a 14.
All right.
Just like.
Ouch. Yeah, it did not like that at all. It looks pretty rough now.
Oh, I think there's one more. Sorry, one more.
No problem.
That's my third attack that I forgot for my second one. That's a 15.
15. Nice. Yeah, it definitely looks pretty heavily damaged.
Yeah, just like.
All right. Next up is Sertoom.
So there's 2 fire guys, 2 toy
There's 4
soldiers.
fire guys, one of which looks heavily injured, and 2 tin soldiers on the far side of the room.
Are the 10 soldiers like too far away for me to get to?
They are pretty far away. They're about 60 feet away.
Okay. Sir Tomb, boom, 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 into the room. Don't worry, I'm a tree. And he jabs with the haft of his glaive at the fire geist that's pretty hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He stays like 10 feet back. Like he's using his
Yeah,
ring,
it's the beauty of a
right?
glaive. You can just poke.
That'd be a 25, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna expend Divine Smite,
Okay.
first level spell slot.
Sure.
So he says, "I'm a tree," and he slams with the haft of the glaive. Fireflies shoot out of the back of his gauntlets and begin to swirl around the glaive. And as he presses to, they explode, not with like fire, but with like light.
With light, yeah. I dig it.
So that's 10 radiant damage and 8 bludgeon damage.
Whew. It looks like it has just one gasp of air left inside of it. Maybe.
Okay.
It's
So after he
barely
jams it forward, he pulls it back and he swings his glaive around. And he says, "Haha, I'm no tree." And then he swings the second attack.
Love it.
21.
Yes, and you deal more than 1 point of damage, correct?
Yes.
Then how would you like to kill this fire geist?
When I strike him with the blade of the glaive, the fire geist begins to writhe and transform. It's no longer a fire geist, but because of the magical effect of my glaive, it turns into a lemure. So it turns into this like sluggish, wormy demon, and then a portal to hell opens up underneath of it, and spectral clawing hands grab the lemure and pull it down into Avernus.
The spectral hands kind of reaching up out of the ground and pulling it down almost reminds you of what the little ghost girl did to Ashra a few minutes ago, but more hellish.
Is that supposed to happen? I'm just like...
Yes.
You all saw that, right? And don't break character. You're a tree.
He swings his glaive again. He has extra attack, so he gets another attack. I'll hit whatever one of the other guys.
Yeah,
I guess.
there's another geist right nearby, kind of patrolling in pairs.
That one's gonna be 17. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, a 17 does hit.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and expend another Divine Smite. I got the spell slots for it.
Might as well.
So that'll be 7 radiant damage,
Mm-hmm.
and 14
Nice.
slashing damage.
Yeah, you do a solid. You carve off like a solid chunk of its dark
Probably one.
robes, and a little bit of like liquid fire kind of starts to dripping out.
And then, so after he does that, he's going to use like 5 feet, like whatever's left of his movement, and just move a little bit. He wants to kind of position himself between the others and the toy soldiers, just in case the toy soldiers march.
Okay.
And then he puts his hands out to the side and he like twists his head and like gnarls his fingers and tries as hard as he can to look like a tree.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
It's a natural 1.
I love it.
I just kidding. I am a tree. Believe me.
All right. It is now the fire guy's turn, and the one nearest you does not seem to believe you at all. Mostly because you just stabbed him. But you know, it happens. He's gonna use this cool thing called combustion touch. That sounds fun. Oh, it gets to do that while making a slam attack, so it's gonna try to slam you. It's gonna like move forward.
What's its reach on the attack?
It has 5-foot reach.
So I'm gonna use my polearm master when it moves into range as a reaction. I just want to attack it before it attacks me.
Sure thing. It doesn't think this simple tree can do that.
Haha, I tricked you again. I'm not a tree.
Stop breaking character.
Sorry, 18.
18 does hit.
Okay. So 12 slashing damage.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. It is very upset with you, and it's going to try to slam you twice. Does a 15 hit you? Pardon me, a 14.
It does not.
All right.
It
What
does not.
about a 24?
Yep.
Okay. So that is going to be... I also need you to make me a dex save, because it's going to use its combustion touch.
I got a 10.
Okay, so you are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of fire damage, and you are immediately set on fire. So until you or someone else douses the fire, you're just going to take a little bit of fire damage on the start of each of your turn. But
Okay.
it's gonna take him a minute. That's his fancy ability, so he has to try to recharge that if he wants to use it again. So that's the one nearest you. We're gonna say there is the other two use their movement to get across the room because they actually move surprisingly quick. It's because they're fire, and one of them is going to go for Zan, who's in the door, letting all that cold air in. It's hot in here. There's like sweat dripping down the worker elves' faces. And the other one is going to go for odds, fluffies, evens, Ashra. Fluffy! One's going to try to go for you. So, we'll go for the one attacking Zan first. Natural 20. And a 19? Do those hit you?
Both hit. Yep.
Okay. So, we'll do the natural 20 first. Whoop! As I throw dice on the floor. Really need to get a new dice tray. Alright. I rolled pretty low, so for only 8 points of bludgeoning damage. But I do need you to make me a dex save.
Nat 20.
You are not set on fire. And then for the second slam, you take another 8 bludgeoning damage. So, but you avoid getting caught on fire, so that's good. And then Fluffy, one's gonna attack you. Does a 18 hit you?
Oh, that is my armor class.
Then a 20 will also definitely hit you. A dirty 20.
Ouch.
So I need you to make me a dex save, please.
23.
23 definitely makes it. And you will take, let's see, 8 plus 16 points total for both hits.
Ow.
All right. And that is the fire guy's turn. The tin soldiers in the back, they notice that something is going on, and they kind of frame up, and they take a couple steps forward, and then lower their tiny muskets, and they're gonna shoot at Sir Tomb, who is the closest one to them. So they only get one attack each.
I'm
They're both
just a
gonna try to shoot
tree.
you. One fails utterly and completely, and I don't think a 15 hits you, Tomb, does it? So
Yeah.
they both miss, just ping, ping, ping. But they have lowered their tiny muskets. That's what they're called at you, because they're small. They're small little tin soldiers. So, and now we go down to Zan's turn. Zan, you got a firegeist on you.
I am a warlock, so I guess I cast Eldritch Blast.
Excellent.
And 7. Nat 20.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Okay, so it's D10s. So, and damage-wise, Eldritch Blast is +4 because I have Agonizing Blast.
Nice.
So it is 12 altogether.
Excellent.
Force
All right.
damage.
Sweet. Shavit. All right. And is that just your first Eldritch Blast?
I'm under the belief I only have one.
You have 2 because you're 5th level.
Yep. I have 2 because I'm 5th level?
Yeah,
Oh,
when you hit 5th
nice.
level, you get a second blast. I
All
believe. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am.
All right, I'm gonna take your word on it because you're the DM and not look it up till after my round. So I will hit him with a second Eldritch Blast. Get in the bone circle. Ooh, and miss. Grr.
Okay. All right. But you
It was,
hit him really
11.
solidly once. Yeah, 11, unfortunately, misses by just a couple. So, we go back to the top. Fluffy.
Oh, and when Tombs did strike the one down and the hands came up and the lemure and all that, Zan did flash him like a total respect kind of sign because his patron is a fiend.
Nice.
So
All right, so the one fire guy. Okay, there's one on me right
There's
now.
one on you.
Okay.
The one you were fighting has been turned into a lemure and dragged into.
Oh, that's right.
Avernus.
Right in front of me, I got to
Yeah.
see the portal to hell, and and my
I'd
fur
say make
singed.
a sanity check, but we're not playing Cthulhu, so you're
Actually,
welcome.
that's pretty interesting. I wonder what I would do on that. So, oh, that would be 100, and
Oh,
so
you would've-
I would have failed horribly. Let me roll a d20 to see. I would have lost 15 points of sanity for that, and have probably a limited insanity. At that
Yeah,
point.
permanent sanity. But
Permanent,
thankfully,
yeah.
this is D&D and not Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah,
and
so
your brains
now I'm
are a
just
lot more
like-
sturdy.
Yeah, so I'm going to take 2 attacks on the one that's on me right now.
Excellent.
One is a 15.
Yep, that'll hit.
And the other one is a natural 18, so
Uh-huh.
that'll hit. So
Ba-pow.
oh, 2, 5. So that's going to be 10 points each
Nice.
on those attacks, and
So
then I
20
will
total?
spin. Yeah, 20 total.
Dang. Yeah.
And then I will spend a key point for a flurry of blows and
All
take
right.
2 more attacks.
Do it. Bring the pain.
21 and natural 20. Excellent.
Those both definitely hit.
Okay, so I'll get to roll 3. The natural 20 will be for 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one will be also for 9 points. So 18 points, so 38 on that
It
round.
looks real rough.
And because I am a drunken master, when I spend a where is it here? Whenever I spend a flurry of blows, I get the benefit of disengage action, and my walking speed increases by 10 feet. So I just book back to a space away from everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and then take a drink.
All right. Yeah. Easy enough to do.
That's my turn.
Excellent. We got Ashra.
Okay, so was it the one in front of me, or is the one in front of Fluffy that just go?
It was the one in front of Fluffy.
Cool. So I'll be like, the hell? I nearly killed you and no one hit me. What's the girl gotta do to get a little attention? That's just downward slashes and tries to stab it. Like,
Okay.
hello?
Give me the stabby stab.
Yes, and it's only 2 hits this time. And I
Mhm.
don't get advantage anymore because... Okay, so the first one is a 26. The second one is a 13.
Yeah.
But
The first one
imagining-
will hit. The second one just barely misses.
Dang.
You like nick its robes, but you don't get any of it.
That's cool. As I will do 6 piercing damage. It's like I just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to nick it for 6 piercing damage. And is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yes. She kind of she's like stabbing into it. She'll turn around to like the monk guy who just stood before the edge of a portal. It's like, hey, that thing in yours, does it guzzle water?
No.
Well, there goes that idea.
Give me an insight check as you say water, though.
Eh?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Or what's your passive insight if you don't want to make them roll?
What's a what passive?
What is your plus to insight?
My insight is 2.
Okay, so your passive insight would be 12.
Cool.
You notice as you say water that all the fire guys kind of look at you like, water, no! They don't say anything. I said
the W word.
Yeah, they don't seem to like water. And we go back
New idea! Gather friggin' snow!
Sir Tomb, you were back up to bat.
How close am I now to the 2 little soldiers?
You're only, because I moved up a bit, you're only about 25 feet.
Okay. Sir Tomb's on fire.
You are on fire.
Which he doesn't mind, but
oh,
whenever
yes,
he
so
gets...
you're on fire. So at the beginning of your turn, thank you for reminding me, you're going to take 8 more points of fire damage.
Oh, no. And am I still on fire? Do I have to make a check or anything?
Yeah, someone has to put you out, or you have to use an action to put yourself out to stop being on fire.
Action.
Yeah.
So on fire, just like anytime Sir Tomb's on fire, he gets very confused. So he turns away from the guys. This has happened before. And he runs towards towards the toy soldiers, and he calls out, "Where's Santa?" And then he is going to attack them.
Go for it.
So he'll use. He's going to try to basically like batter up one.
Okay.
They're small, right?
They are small. They are small constructs.
So this will be a 19 versus the toy soldier.
Definitely hits.
So that'll be 5 bludgeon damage.
Okay. So, give me an athletics check to see how far you can punt this toy soldier as you have bloodied it.
Yay. A 13.
So you punt this toy soldier a good, 20 feet, just to the other side of the warehouse.
Does he get back up? Does it look damaged?
He very shakily, half health, gets back up.
Okay.
He looks... they smell.
I figured out your weakness, and then he, with the blade of his glaive, is going to do the same thing to the other soldier.
Okay.
18.
That definitely hits.
That one will be 14 slashing damage.
How do you want to destroy this poor tin soldier?
He wants to batter it up so that he hits it in the air and he cuts it in half, but he sends the head of the little toy soldier rolling towards its friend.
I love it.
That's the fate that awaits you. And he's still on fire.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Yes.
But I can't get to the other toy soldier because I battered him up.
Because you battered him up, yeah. He's 20 feet away.
He goes back to trying to look like a tree.
Okay.
Just on fire.
Give me another performance check to look like a burning tree.
You can trust me this time. I'm a changed tree.
You've turned over a new leaf?
I've turned over a new leaf. It's a 6.
Okay. It's slightly more convincing now that you're on fire somehow. Maybe it's the fire.
Autumn leaves, it's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Oh, but now it's the fire guy's turn. So the 3 are still up. But now that Sir Tomb has moved away, one is going to attack Ashra. So Ashra, it's going to try to slam you twice. Does 19s hit you? Because it rolled double 19s.
Yes.
Okay. I also need you to make me a dex save, please.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do this dex save.
11 bludgeoning
I should be good at it.
Well.
Okay, that's not bad. That's 24. Whew.
Yeah, you're fine. You do take 11 bludgeoning damage, though. But you are not set on fire. Oh, I should see if they recharge their fire things. Nope, none of them do. Alright, so the next one's gonna try to attack Zan again.
Oh, this is bad. Very bad.
They rolled a 2 and a 3, so it just whiffs by you. You feel the heat as it swings towards you, these fire geists. And Fluffy one's gonna try to smack at you. 16 does not hit, correct?
No, it does not.
But a 24 will.
That unfortunately does.
For 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fluffy's not looking too good.
Oh no! Alright. And that's their turn. The toy soldiers, there's only one left, and he's gonna try to shoot at Sir Tomb because he got punted across the room. He didn't like that. Does a 18 hit you? Sir Tomb?
It does.
He actually hits. You did it, little tin soldier. You did it. Okay, where's a D8? Do I not have a D8 over here? Did I literally get every single die? Except I have a D12. That's fine. We'll just... There is one. You're gonna take 8 points of piercing damage as a little lead bullet lands in a kink in your armor. Right in the shoulder.
Use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
I figured
And
you
so
would.
he gets shot. I said, just kidding. I'm not a tree. I'm a man. And he throws flaming worms across the room at the toy soldier. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, he will do his darndest. I don't think his darndest is nearly good enough. Dex, that's a 7.
Yeah, so he'll take the 11 fire damage.
He just flames consume him, and he just kind of like, you know when like you heat up tin a lot and it kind of crumbles inward. It does that. He just crumples up.
Sir Tomb goes back to looking like a tree.
Give me a performance check. I just really want to see how tree-like you look every time. Just don't judge me.
A 5.
Eventually, you're gonna look like a mighty oak on fire. It's one of these days. So they're all dead. So Zan, it's your turn. 10 soldiers are gone.
So the one ahead of or in front of him, he like reaches out his hand and tries to vampiric touch.
Ooh,
the
nice.
individual.
That's a good spell. I love that spell.
An 11 plus 7, 18.
That definitely hits.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so dead. I'm like literally.
Oh no.
12 points of necrotic damage.
12 points of necrotic damage. It looks bloodied. It's oozing
All right.
out liquid fire for multiple points.
I will take those 6 points back.
There you go.
Gladly.
That's the beauty of vampiric touch.
And get rid of this.
You heal yourself a little bit.
All right. Oop, there we go.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Run away screaming, but no. No. I got nothing.
All right.
Oh, unless Hex is a bonus action. I've only ever played one Warlock.
Hex is
so
a bonus action.
I will Hex the dude in
All
front
right.
of me.
I'll let you roll the extra d6 of damage. What stat do
Okay.
you want him to have disadvantage in checks? Just in case it comes up.
Let me look. Frostbite is a con. You
Okay,
have disadvantage in con saves. And the extra d6 is a 3.
Excellent. 3 damage. Fluffy, you're back up.
Okay, so Ashra mentioned water, and he's like, well, no, I don't have water, but wine's like water. Is there any way that he could line up like multiple fire geists in a line?
Yeah, you could line up Zan's and the one that you have on you. The one that's on Ashra is just a little out of sync.
Okay. Are they within 30 feet of each other?
Yeah.
Okay, so he will turn and line it up, and then just say, he'll use the word that goes for it. And he says geyser.
Geyser.
And
all right.
and just basically 30 gallons of mulled wine gushes forth from the front of this keg that he just pulls over his shoulder under his arm.
And because it's not
just
something like
fires.
whiskey, they don't get stronger.
No,
it is mulled wine, so it is enough.
mulled
It is
wine.
enough to count as water.
Excellent.
So you said 30 gallons.
30 gallons.
For every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 3 cold damage. So both of these things will take 90 cold damage. And how would you like to just drown these fire geists in mulled wine?
Oh, it's just like he's drinking it, and he gets a thought, and he kind of like, wait. Kind of just pulls the keg over. It's like he kind of like gives Ashra a thumbs up. It just hits it and just sprays. And as they're going out, he's just like refilling his glass as he's holding it. And he's just like,
there's like the trickle that's underneath that's not quite
Yep.
geysering out. And you'd annihilate the 2 fire guys, the fire geist in front of yourself and the one in front of Zan. As they
I wish I knew this
They don't
earlier.
like water.
Is it possible that I could have hit both of them and maybe splash a little on Sir Tomb just to try and put him out?
Sir Tomb is past you. He's behind you
Oh.
because he went to get the tin soldiers.
That's too bad.
So he's fine though. He's only gonna take some fire damage at the beginning of his turn. Ashra, it is you're up though, and the remaining fire geist is right in front of you.
All right. So if I try to, I don't know, let's say lasso him into the water stream.
Well, the water stream already happened.
Okay.
It does. It continues until the beginning of my next turn. That's when it
Oh.
stops.
Okay.
Ooh. So I have a
According-
geyser
yeah,
that
it
I can
says,
attempt to lasso.
You can give me a contested like athletics dex check kind of thing.
All right, athletics, right? You said.
Yeah, athletics, and he'll try to use dex to avoid getting
So that's an 18.
grappled. 18. All right, let's see what he does. Whew, that was almost fell off my desk. How strong? How dexterous is he? Oh, not bad. Okay, plus 4. 19. Just
Dang it!
make it. Yeah, he rolled a 16, so it's plus 2.
All right. Yeah. So can I just kind of toss my lasso thing on him and start pulling? I was like, this is not working.
It just sinks its claws into something and isn't budging. It just kind of dodges the lasso.
The hell? You're made of fire.
It just sasses you. Infernal.
Silently.
Yeah. And Ignin, it's sassing you real hard. I'll say that just counted as one of your attacks. Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah. He's just like, well, hiss fucking spark to you too. I'm just like.
All right. Okie dokie. So, Sir Tomb, you take 6 points of fire damage.
Oh, geez. All right.
You're on fire. There's only one fire geist left. What would you like to do?
Run towards it and smash it.
Okay.
He's just it's still on fire.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Excellent. I love it.
Where's Santa? Where did you put him? So I'm gonna do 3 attacks. A 19,
Yep.
a 14,
Yeah, it just hits.
and a 19.
Yep, definitely hits.
So
Bam, bam.
the first one is going to be 5 bludgeon damage.
Alrighty.
How's it looking?
Decently rough. It's definitely
Okay.
bloodied. It's past bloodied.
9 slashing damage on the second attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use one of my spell slots to divine smite, and again those fireflies start flying around and buzzing. So that's gonna be 6 radiant damage and 13 slashing damage.
That takes it out.
So as they pop again, that portal opens up as the fire guys transforms into the Lemure, and the spectral hands come up and pull it down into the ground, and Sertoon's just
Does my lasso just slacken?
Yeah.
And then he drops to the ground and starts rolling around.
Okay. You hear a weak huzzah from the elves that are chained to the workshops and just dripping sweat. It's a little sweatshop.
Free people, come enjoy our show. And Zan will walk around and start trying to help them get free.
Yeah.
How bad does everyone look?
Give me a medicine check, Tomb.
Oh, okay, his specialty.
It's specialty.
It's a 14. So what's my medicine bonus? A 15.
15. So they look more exhausted than anything else.
Oh, he doesn't care about the elves.
Oh.
How do his fellow adventurers look?
Oh, okay.
They just have to be awake to watch.
Pardon me.
Yeah. Zan was looking bad until he latched on to the Geist and drew a bunch of its life out of it. He's not bad off.
Okay.
2/3.
How about Fluffy and Ashra?
Fluffy is significantly singed, not quite as cheery as before, and probably about a third of what he would like to be.
Ashra just kind of looked at the slackened rope and ran over to Fluffy to kind of scoop some of that booze before it died. She's still pretty agile. We're looking if we're looking numbers, we'll say she's 3/4 healthy.
You know, like 24 out of 37 or something, maybe something like that. I don't know. I don't know the
Maybe something like
specifics.
Yeah, like, we're looking
On a scale of 1 to, whatever my max HP is, I'm looking about here.
Yeah. Like, she looks like slightly like singed on one arm, but her other arm's holding booze and she looks happy.
Y'all and your
Fluffy just plops on the ground
fractions.
and just like drinking.
Sertoon will go up to Fluffy. He'll boom, 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 boom. And he'll get down on his knees and he'll say, "As Santa's best friend forever, I would be remiss to allow his second best friend forever to be in so much pain. Please allow me to give you a Christmas gift."
I'd never look a gift friend in the mouth, or is that a horse? I don't know what the saying is. I'm kind of
speaking. Sorry.
Yes, sure.
All right.
Second
good.
best friend. I'm sure you would be more than happy to do that.
Close your eyes.
Oh, now I'm concerned. He drinks the rest of his mug, sits it down. It's like,
Open your mouth.
Okay.
Sertoon takes off one of his gauntlets and like shakes it, and a bunch of worms come out, like a handful of them, and he just kind of shoves them right into Fluffy's mouth. Now chew.
Oh, they're
Keep
crispy.
chewing.
Actually, that's pretty good.
You
they
have to
are
work through
slightly
it.
cooked right now.
They're very crispy. It's I've
Fried
had crickets
worms.
before, but these are pretty good.
I'm glad that you like them. And then Sertoon takes some of the worms and he like shoves it underneath his, like he pulls his mask up and like eats some of them too, and then puts his gauntlet back on. There you go. Merry Christmas. And I'll this isn't lay on hands.
Play on worms.
You can have 10 hit points back.
Oh, thank you. That doubles my current health total.
Oh no.
I am now just bloodied. Thank you. Second best friend, it was very kind of you. I'm sure that Santa will give you a wonderful kiss for taking care of his best friend.
Sir Tomb says nothing. but he there's a fire in his eyes that you can kind of see through the mask. He stands up and he says, "Well, we've rescued the elves. Is it what now?"
I did roll on a d4 to see if the two fire geists that got sent to hell were the two holding the keys, and they were not. So you all are able to unlock and save the workers.
Had not considered that.
As Zan's like unlocking, he's like, soon we will have a performance by the gazebo. Join us and we will take down this
And
town.
Ornery's helping you too. He's like squirrel picking the locks.
Excellent. And I'm glad of our marriage, but I don't say that out loud. And we just keep unlocking locks as we go.
And there's 12 workers in here. You're able to successfully free them. And so now you have plenty of butts for seats for your performance to draw out the Heatmeister.
I believe it's showtime.
Holly and Jolly just say, tell us when you want us to go on.
Remember, Jolly. Your job is to seduce Heat Miser.
I will.
Get him to kiss you.
I will do my best.
And then
You stab him in the heart.
You.
Okay, just a kiss, all right? Just to seduce. Or...
I make the heart stabbing motion, just like
I will try.
from behind Tomb, so Tomb is insane.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
To the show.
I don't know if I am the Heatmeister's type, but I will try.
No one knows the Heat Miser's type.
Alright, so Holly, Jolly, Noelle, back you guys up. How do you guys start this show on the gazebo? Do you guys take a short rest before doing so?
If we can.
Yeah, if we have time
You
to,
got time
like...
to take a short rest.
Right.
Benevolent DM.
So we could touch up on, like, Tomb's, like, tree makeup.
Yeah, his tree makeup looks like a little bit of singed bark right now.
They didn't seem to believe me.
You kept telling them you weren't a tree, which is normally not a good thing to do when trying to inhabit a performance.
I am a great performer. It could not have been that. It must have been the makeup.
No. I think literally saying I am not a tree kind of ruins the suspension of disbelief normally associated with performing as a tree.
I thought you were a theater person.
I am a charlatan. I pretend to be things all the time, so I know exactly how to be something that isn't. I just don't do it on the stage.
I gotta take notes from you.
I'd be more than happy to share notes.
After the show.
Excellent. So, would you like to be a burning tree, Mr. Tomb? Because you did so well at that. It seemed like you were more believable when you were on fire.
Yes. I meant to. Yes. I had that idea minutes ago.
Yes, I could tell. You're a method actor. I understand. You had to be burning to really inhabit the feeling of wood.
But if we want, I don't know, like, fire, like, I got these red scarves. The only piece of red she's ever pulled is, like, a really long red scarf, except there's, like, little blots of white on it. It's not fully red yet, but that's because I haven't made the kills. Here.
Wrap that around his neck. There we go. That we'll add a little accents of yellow and really bring out the fiery eyes. I think that really suits your persona. You had that look several times already, so I'll go with that.
I have some ground cinnamon if you want that color.
Oh, that's very nice.
It
You give
smells
a little more
Christmassy
depth to
too.
the bark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you feel like a tree?
Ugh. Yes.
Excellent. Inhabit that feeling. Be a tree. He turns and starts playing his flute.
Dan sets up the fireworks and everything.
All right.
Asher gets into the first position, with the hands like that and like her little feet like this, and she's like, getting ready.
And the little ghost girl is like kind of standing behind you, almost like a shadow, like a mirror, and she's mimicking your poses.
We'll do a perfect pas de deux, which involves plunging into the ground. This will be fine.
It'll be great. It'll be perfect. All right, so you all get up on the gazebo, and you fill the seats with the workshop workers, who all look slightly nervous but intrigued. And
Zan will do the announcements with thaumaturgy, so it's like real loud, reverberating.
Okay.
Oh, we're lighting up the fireworks too while he does it.
Let's see. The heat miser hears this. Nat 20. He does. What do you say on your announcement?
And like a typical like goth show, he'll be like, I know what you all want. I know what you're all here for. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready? And then he'll produce flame to start some fireworks off. And
give me a performance check. Let's see how awesome these fireworks are.
Right. Something I have a bonus in. 13 and 4, 17.
Okay. Excellent. It's a really great performance. Also, Ornery has taken one of the tin soldiers' outfits so that he could play, because he was supposed to be the Nutcracker. So, so Ornery has taken one of the tin soldiers' uniforms so that he may play the Nutcracker.
Before, when we were setting up and Ornery looked a little nervous, I turned and I said, "Don't worry, my love. You'll be fine." And I give him a little pat on the head before he goes to get his costume. Reports to wardrobe.
Yes. For those who weren't here earlier, Ornery the squirrel, who was a Christmas present, and Zan got married for AC bonus just a bit ago. It was a beautiful, brief ceremony that involved blood flicking. It's great. And so the dance of the sugar plum fairies commences. I think you guys called it the green fairy, the absinthe fairy. Dance of the absinthe fairy begins. Fluffy, give me a performance check for your flute.
Yeah, Fluffy conducts the beginning, gets the ghost choir ready to go.
Yeah.
Gets them all tuned, and then he jumps in.
They're not great.
Dance of the absinthe fairy. And I will have to, you know what? I will do the red and black die for this one. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I probably should have picked a different one. That's going to be an 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. It's better than the ghost choir. So
that's not saying much at this time, but it is a haunting performance.
It's very haunting. These factory workers will remember it for the rest of their lives.
I imagine as we're performing, like the spectral forms of the undead villagers actually become more corporeal and can be seen.
Yeah.
They're ripped corpses, and blood gushing kind of thing. Yeah.
Some of them are holding their guts in. Yeah.
Yes.
One's got to hold the head back on its body.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful. Ashra, give me. So you're dancing. Are you trained in dancing? Do you have proficiency with dancing?
I actually am. I thought it would be hilarious to take it for the lulz.
Then give me a dancing check.
I am trained in performance.
Give me performance.
That's a 22.
It is beautiful. You all are. Perhaps that's why the music isn't as good as it could be. Is because you all are distracted by how mesmerizing Ashra's performance is. It's almost like she's danced to the Nutcracker before. Oh, let me roll to see how good Ornery's Nutcracker is. What's your charisma bonus, Zan?
4.
4. Alright, we'll give him half of that. 16. He is very good. Not quite as good as Ashra, but you know, she's the star. So, you all are putting on quite a good performance, and Sir Tomb, what are you doing? You're being a tree.
He speaks singing.
Okay.
As the music begins, it's not the same song, but as Ashra starts dancing, now I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. And as a tree, he's like in his tree pose, but he starts bobbing his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
And then he starts
just one
snapping
shoulder.
his finger.
Okay.
He's starting to get like more and more into it as the song goes on.
Give me a performance check, Sir Tomb.
With my body and my soul, I want you more than you'll ever know. It's 16.
What? So, but the trick was you had to actually get Sir Tomb onto the stage, because he gets out there and he is on par with Ornery, the Nutcracker squirrel. And it's not bad. I mean, I don't know how many of you are shocked or surprised by this, but it's surprisingly good. It's not the words to the song that's being played, but it doesn't clash. It really works. The tree just kind of keeping rhythm in the background. It's just on this gazebo. It's some peak aesthetic, and you all notice as you're going through mid-performance, Santa Claus's house, the door slams open, and you see the Heat Miser emerge. And he, very grumpily, cautiously, slightly confused, as he rolled really poorly on his insight check on this performance, comes up and sits in the front row on the other side of the audience. This is when Holly and Jolly come out to back up Ashra with some contortionism and fire juggling, and Jolly shoots you a nervous look. Sir Tomb takes a big gulp and attempts to do his best to seduce the Heat Miser as per instructions. So let's see how they do on their performances. Alright. Holly is really good at contortionism. She's just pretzels in the back. It's almost, she's got like a snowflake costume on it. It looks like the snowflakes, like she's got like a string, and it's like those like little like wind shape things that change shape every time it spins around, but she's doing it with like contortionism. Jolly's really nervous. He's never had to seduce anyone before, let alone the Heat Miser, and he's trying his best, but it's not. His fire juggling is going well, but he's too nervous. He's not seduced the Heat Miser.
Be sexier, Jolly. Be sexier. Use your shoulders more.
My shoulders, I did not realize they were so sexy. I will do my best.
Fluffy sees him faltering. Can I change the song to Waltz of the Flowers to see if I can support him better?
Oh, yes you can. Give me,
Another roll?
Yeah, give me another roll. Give me another flute roll.
Oh, that's much better. 16 plus 5 for a 21.
21! Oh my goodness. So the music swells up to keep us after. I'll re-roll the Ghost Choir too, because they can't really get much worse, honestly.
Oh.
They do better. They got an 11 this time.
Nice.
So
there's a bit of harmony now.
it's better than the 4 they got earlier. And it becomes less haunting and more like actually enthralling. And the Heat Miser is looking with interest, and Jolly's going to try using his shoulders in the fire juggling. Come on, Jolly. And he does much, much better. He rolled a base of 15, and we'll say he's got a +2 to charisma. His main stats, obviously, dex because he's got to juggle, but so with a 17, let's see how the heat miser takes in them shoulders. I have the heat miser right here. I found him in this book earlier. He's not labeled heat miser, but it's close enough. All right.
Just arguing for like jolly's sake, like could the heat miser be like, ooh, look at how he juggles that flame.
That flame,
you know,
yeah.
like, mm.
He is. I'm just rolling to insight to see if he sees through the deception and lies going on stage here. It's not that he doesn't see the shoulders. It's more so that this is the biggest ruse you all have ever pulled off. And the heat miser rolls a 2, enthralled by Jolly's juggling shoulders. He's a juggernaut of juggling. He seems to pay, like, to focus in on that, and Jolly looks over at Sartoom like, is this better? As he's juggling.
Yes. Now go in for you know what. We'll do the romantic part. Where's the ghost girl? We have to put Ashra into the ground.
And,
She goes, I'm right here.
Now, ghost girl, it's
well-
your time to be a star.
Well, am I supposed to assassinate Ashra and become the absinthe fairy?
No,
Yes,
just
to
bury
think
me like a
about
turnip.
The turn up thing again.
Oh. On who?
I kind of do a pirouette and hold out a hand. Me. Raises a leg.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had it right before I just started pulling people into the crowd.
and whew, she pulls you halfway into the stage.
Now it's time for the turn up lift, and Sir Toom he's been like, he does a spin and then tries to grab Ashra and turn up lift her like they did before.
Yeah, give me that athletics check. Acrobatics
really
check
well
from
last
Lark
time.
Gloria.
Yeah,
Did.
with that 20. Can I like trying to struggle a bit to kind of push off as well?
You can give me an athletics check as well. I'll see how.
Can I switch the music to the Christmas tree now?
Christmas tree. Oh,
which
Christmas
is another
trees.
one of the Nutcracker Suite songs.
Yes, you can. We'll say that the music. Give me if you get above a 12, it'll be, this is a high DC. It's a DC 20. If you get above 15, the music's inspiring, and he gets a D10 to add to his roll.
I rolled a straight 13 for an 18.
Excellent. So you can add a D10 to your athletics check to pull her out.
Yay! All right.
I got a 12, so yeah.
It's
all on you, buddy.
I got a 21 with the extra 6 from the D10.
Yes.
20 is the number needed to pull her out, and so just like before, give me that acrobatics
Dirty
check
dancing, sir.
to make it look super
Pretty.
Yeah, super pretty, or dancing. I'd allow you to make a dancing check if you prefer over acrobatics, but I assume
No,
they're both
I'll
pretty
take
good.
my acrobatics.
Okay.
I'll take my acrobatics. That's a 17.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you lift her up, Dirty Dancing style, as Jolly goes in for the smooch. Use them shoulders, Jolly. Heat miser, again with the insight. Whoop, I dropped the dice. Oh! Jolly just beats the heat miser, and he's like, I am here to make your wildest dreams come true, and goes in for the smooch on the heat miser, just as you lift up Ashra. What happens now?
Does Jolly have the sword? Did he swallow the sword so he can
Jolly's
like,
not the
unswallow
sword
it into his mouth?
swallower. That's
Jolly's.
Holly, his twin
But-
sister. But Holly does have a sword swallowed.
Oh, okay.
So.
Because they were supposed to then draw it out and stab him.
Mm-hmm. And she's
I mean-
always with her brother, so.
I mean, Jolly's got like technically like a wrist dagger that Asher gave him,
That's
but
true.
just in case.
So we'll
though.
say that Holly contortioned her way around to the side, and she's pulling out a sword while Jolly is distracting the heat miser with the smooch, and he has the little wrist thing, and he's gonna try to tap it. He's kissing, and it's very awkward because the heat miser is not not a great answer.
Do we get like is this like a surprise round?
Yes, this is a surprise round. If any of you wanted to do something.
Sir Tomb throws Ashra at the Heat Miser.
Yes! This works because I was gonna do something.
And both Holly and Jolly do hit the Heat Miser as well.
Ooh.
So, all right, Ashra, what would you
I'm
like
feeling
to do?
First of all, let me just say the whole stabbing through the heart gives me the very much Last Christmas kind of deal right now. Like, Last Christmas, you know?
Christmas, gave you my heart.
Yep. Yeah, very much. This is what I'm...
And the very next song, you stabbed it deep.
Yep, pretty much that. And, so remember how I was struggling earlier before a session whether I wanted a cloak or I wanted that dust that would really
The dust
really
of sneezing and choking?
Yeah, she might have like a fistful of that and is gonna just like pull Jolly away and just stuff it down their throat.
I love it. All right. So, dust of sneezing and choking.
Yes.
She's got to make a save, right? I think it's a con save.
Yep.
All right. Come on, Heat Miser. He's pretty constitutional.
Uh-oh.
Constitutional. Con heavy? I don't know. I think constitutional is the wrong word. Let's see. Nat 1! So,
Yes!
as soon as Jolly, you rip Jolly away from the smooch and you shove the dust in, he starts suffocating because he is sneezing and uncontrollably just every time he sneezes, a little gout of flame kind of shoots out because he's the Heat Miser. All right.
Cause then tight.
So this goes repeat the saving throw at the end of each of his turns. So he could be sneezing for a while. All right, Fluffy, Zan, what do you two do during this critical moment?
I'm sure Fluffy's faster than I am.
Oh, okay. Fluffy, seeing Sir Tomb throw his friend Ashra across the how far is the Heat Miser from the from where I've set up my orchestra and choir?
He's front row, so you're in the pit, so you're pretty close.
She's right there.
He's right there. Yeah.
Well, I'll activate feline swiftness anyway because I just want this to be really fast. So like, Fluffy literally like just lets go of his flute, and before it even falls, he's behind the Heat Miser because it's like 80 feet per round he can run at this point.
He's like 40 feet from the stage, if that. He's like
and
30
so
feet from the stage front.
He's just going to he's just going to take 2 quick strikes and try and stun him both times, just to, like.
Go for it, yeah.
I'm sneezing and unable to do everything, so.
Yeah, so he is incapacitated, which.
And I believe I would be flanking.
Yeah, I think.
He's incapacitated.
Yes.
That's
He's
like an automatic crit if you hit.
Oh.
Yeah, because paralyzed. Yeah, can't move or
Oh,
speed.
well then, okay. Well then, I won't worry about the stunning strike. I'm just going to go flurry
He can't
blows.
take actions or reactions, so. You don't have attack rolls against him at advantage. It's not an automatic crit. He's not quite paralyzed. But he can't take actions or reactions, so.
Okay, well, I'll make my 2 attacks.
Yeah, and he is flanked, though, so I will give you
2 punches.
advantage.
One is a nat 20, the other is a 4, so.
Yeah, the nat 20 will definitely hit.
Okay, so that's 8 and 5, 13 points of damage.
Yep.
On the natural 20.
Excellent.
And then key point for flurry of blows. And I'll roll 2 more. And that's terrible. One is a 16.
Yeah, 16 does hit.
Okay, and the other is a 10, so it won't hit.
Okay.
All right, so the one that hits is 10 damage.
Excellent.
And then I will automatically disengage and step back.
Yep.
Like 40 feet.
Yeah. He is sneezing and choking everywhere. Little gouts of flame. And
just giving Ashra a thumbs up.
All right. Zan, is there anything you'd like to do on the surprise round before we roll initiative?
Yeah, I'll hit him with the hex.
All right.
And I guess because that's a bonus action, I'll use the cantrip Eldritch Blast.
That's a solid one.
All
Classic. Right there, Eldritch Blast.
16 and 7 is a lot. Does that hit?
Yes.
Over 20?
Yes, that does.
All right. Okay. I'm dyslexic, so sometimes the numbers jump around in my head. So, 15 plus 4,
Nice.
19 force damage from the Eldritch Blast, and the Hex is a D6. 1.
It happens. All right. That definitely hits. Yeah, so you do a decent bit of damage, and he's just again just and you see your force blasts and knocks some of the some charcoal dust off of his shoulder. All right, and now I'd like everyone to roll me initiative.
$17.
All right.
14.
9.
9.
21.
Excellent. Fluffy. 21. Heat miser. Got 15. So. Alright. We start off with Fluffy this round. Again, that monk
All right.
initiative.
So since he was 40 feet away, he will actually run back in his full speed, 40 feet, and make 2 initial attacks. That's going to be a 14.
14 just misses.
Oh, so then the other one will miss as well. So I will spend a key point for Flurry of Blows, try and actually get some hits in. Wow, I am rolling horrible right now. A 13 and a 15.
15's the magic number.
Yay, I hit 1 out of 4. Wonderful.
It happens.
For a 1 damage plus 6 damage.
6 damage. Excellent.
Yes. And because I had Flurry of Blows, I get disengaged, so I step back 10 feet.
Excellent, excellent. Now we've got Ashra.
So I'm before the heat miser, yes?
Yes.
Alright. So just look at the very sneezy,
he's got
unfortunate.
like hot snot coming out everywhere. He's just so sneezy.
Yeah, it's just it's nothing personal. I'm just sick of coal.
Like magma bubbles?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so sad. Alright, so okay, that's a 26. That's a 26. Okay.
That
And
definitely hits.
I'm gonna use my action surge again because I got it back thanks to our short rest. That's a 20.
All right. That's a lot. All right. So.
And we're gonna do. I also get my sneak attack.
Yes, you
Just
do.
one. So that's 2d6 first. Let's do my sneak attack damage of 9, and then we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and now add all that up together. I can do math, I swear. 16, 26, 31, and 40. That's 40 damage. Just of just her stabbing into him.
Beautiful.
She really doesn't like coal.
It happens, you know. He's starting to look rough. That dust is sneezing and choking. It's really doing a number on him. Is there anything else you'd like to do before he goes?
It's all right. I'll be the beacon around fate.
Okay.
I used all my action.
He's going to try to stop sneezing and choking. That did not roll. 13 plus. He is able to make his con save with a 19. And so, and he looks up and he's got a burning rage in his eyes as he wipes some magna snot bubbles away and just looks at you all through watery eyes as he's just fighting off the dust. But that was his whole action for this round. So it is our good Sir Tomb's turn.
Sir Tomb has stopped being a tree and he's drawn his glaive and he calls over to the heat miser. I was only acting before. I have felt this way before, and I'm not having the time of my life. And he boom, 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 boom. And he's gonna take his 3 attacks here. So we'll do the halved.
All right.
That's gonna be a 16.
Yep.
And then the other 2 attacks, a 22 and a 25.
Nice.
And I'm gonna expend one of my 2nd level and my final 1st level spell slot
On smites.
on smites.
Just light them up like a Christmas tree.
So this is gonna be 6 bludgeon damage. 17 total slashing damage. And then $11 radiant damage and 14 radiant damage.
Excellent.
25 radiant damage.
Yeah, he's definitely bloodied now, and he looks very unhappy.
And he just slowly stomps back.
And now that the Heat Miser is no longer incapacitated, he's going to use one of his legendary actions and call down a fire strike. A heat wave, as we're going to call it here, because Thunderstrike's not cool. So, oh, all creatures within 20 feet. That's most of y'all. Well, I think it's at least 2 of you guys. I think Fluffy backed up again 40 feet, and Zan's on the other side of
That
the
was
stage.
only 10. He's
Only
in
10?
range.
Okay, so everyone but Zan, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
13.
13 is a fail.
17.
17 is a success.
So we're just all making the save, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure, was dexterity or constitution?
Dexterity.
Cool. I was. Ooh. That's a 10.
10, that is a failure. Alright, so Fluffy, you will take half of this damage, but Sir Tomb and Asher will take full damage. 27 fire damage is the full damage. And half would be
13.
13, yes. I thought it was 13. I wanted to make sure. So, as just a gout of flame emerges from him, like from his hot head, he's just anger, and he's very mad, and it just came out as a heat wave, and you all just feel so hot. So it's a lot, and thankfully he can't do that again for a while. So now we go down to Xanon. It's your turn. You saw him just unleash a heat wave upon your buddies, or at least fellow compatriots.
I think that it's probably time to hit him with the Mind Spike.
Ooh.
They make a Wisdom save.
Okie dokie. 7.
Excellent. Okay. And that's 3d8. Unless there's a bigger one. Nope. 3d8 psychic damage. 15, 16, 17 psychic damage.
Ouch. Yeah, he does not like that at all.
And I will always know, on a failed, you also always know the target's location until the spell ends.
Nice. So you know precisely where the Heat Miser is. Alright, Sir Tomb. Or wait, Fluffy. I know. Initiative. Fluffy, you're up.
Okay. He starts
didn't
patting
read
out
my
the
F
little
as a T.
fires.
That's
Just like,
not my handwriting.
okay. Is Ashra still standing in front of him? So can I flank him?
Yep.
Like, okay, I will go and flank. And I'm gonna stay in there this time. And I'll make 2 attacks.
Do it.
Natural 19.
Yep.
And a natural 17.
Yep.
So figure both of those will hit.
Yep.
I'm right. So that's 9 damage and 6 damage.
Excellent.
And I'm going to do a stunning strike on both of those.
Okay.
I'll try the first one.
It's
So that's a
con
DC
save,
14
right?
con.
19 for the first one.
Okay.
22 for the second.
Okay, so he's pretty good at that. So I'll use my last key point for Flurry of Blows.
He does have a pretty good con. He just nat one to that initial sneezing and
figured I'd
choking
try.
counter. Yeah, you never
I
know.
figured I'd try.
It is only a +6. He's just rolling pretty good.
Okay, so a dirty 20 on the first.
Yep.
And then a 10 on the second, which is a miss. And so that's another 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. After you go, he's like, "I'm Mr. Heat Miser," and he is going to
Fluffy's like, "Hi, I'm Clark Griswold."
yeah, and he's going to attempt to to claw you. He's got these like nasty like talons on the end of his fingernails. He hasn't trimmed his nails in a while.
It's really not hygienic.
It's not. So 9 plus oh, he's got a pretty decent hit. 18.
That is my armor class.
Okie dokie. So you're gonna take. Ooh, as I drop
A very
more dice
tiny
on the
amount of
floor.
damage.
Sure. You're gonna take 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Okay. That was a thing. Ow.
Aren't you glad you guys had a short rest?
Fluffy's not looking hot, right? Well, no, he's looking hot right now, but not so great.
Excellent. All right. Now it is Asher's turn. Asher, there's this stupid heat miser here.
Yeah.
Causing damage. Messing up
Ow.
stuff.
Yeah, she's just gonna like look over at Fluffy as she's gonna like get ready to do a second attack, and she's like, "You think your geyser trick would work again?" So she kind of do like a little pachoo with her little much bigger sabers, because you know I don't have any proper props like Graybeard does. Yeah. So that's a 19 and a 24.
Both of those will hit.
Yes.
You just sink your sabers in.
And I think because this flanking thing is a thing, I think I get the sneak attacks because
If you have an ally
Fluffy
within 5
became the
feet.
beacon
Yep.
rod of hate. So thank you, Fluffy. As I deal an additional like 5 from the aha! You're facing Fluffy. Backstab.
Nice. Excellent, excellent. All right, is there anything else you would like to do? You're muted.
I was gonna say, like, I'll stay. I'll just potentially die. It's cool.
Okay, it's fine. It's cool. All right, Mr. Heat Miser gets to go. I'm so glad he gets at least one full turn before you guys, completely get going. So he is going to he has 3 people within range. So he is going to attack each of you guys once. He's going to go claw at Fluffy, claw at Ashra, and then he's going to try to gore Sir Tomb with his fire poker.
What's his reach on the fire poker?
10 feet.
So when he comes in range, if he comes in range, then I get my reaction.
I thought you were within range. Within 10 feet.
He stepped back 5 feet.
Oh, he
after
stepped back
the end
5
of his
feet.
turn.
Okay. Okie dokie. Well, that's fine. It's worth it to him. Alright, so Fluffy and... Oh! Those are double 19s, but that's better than double nat 20s! So... I think both of those will hit you with 28s. So...
He's making 2 attacks against Fluffy?
No, one against each of you, but...
Oh, okay.
you
Well,
just-
that definitely hits.
It's a 19 for each of you, so I didn't have to, I didn't have to pick. So Fluffy, you're gonna take... Ooh! I rolled less this time, so... 12 points of slashing damage.
Down goes Fluffy.
No! Ashra,
No,
you're gonna
Fluffy,
take
no.
I am now the best friend.
16 points of slashing damage. As these claws just rend into you. And now that Fluffy's down, he'll just circle around the other side of Ashra to get within 10 feet of Sir Tomb. So you can make your attack. He's gonna make
How's
his
Ashra looking?
attack too.
Not great.
Not great. 24.
That'll hit. Does the 26 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I need more d8s. I'm sure I have some somewhere. I'll just roll this one bunch.
And 14 slashing damage.
Okay, 14. Whew, he's looking pretty rough. But he's gonna deal some damage to you first. So 7 plus 7, 14 plus 18 plus 23 points of piercing damage.
That'll take Sir Toon down.
Sir Tomb, no! He looks really bad, but that is his turn. Zan, it's your turn. Oh, wait. Yeah, it would have been Tomb's turn, but Tomb just went down. Tomb, I'd like you to make me a death saving throw.
Yeah. A 7.
Okay, mark that down as a failure. Zan, you're up. The Heat Miser looks really, really, really bad. Sir Tomb and Fluffy have just been dropped down, and Asher looks rough as well. What would you like to do?
Turn invisible and then run away. No, I will use my...
You've used both your warlock spell slots.
No, we had our... Oh, yeah, I did. I did. Oh,
You hexed and you mind
I
spiked.
hexed. Yep. So, when all else fails, I cast Eldritch Blast.
Do it. It's a classic.
Okay. Come on now.
You get 2 of them.
So I missed with 1 because I rolled a 2.
Okay.
19.
That'll hit. Roll me your damage. D10 and a D6. For the hex.
2 D10 and a D6 because
a-
I'm 5th level.
No, it's not. It doesn't up your You know what? You just get more bolts. It doesn't up your damage. It's a unique cantrip like that.
Okay.
So you have more chances to hit other targets if you down
right,
one.
but they're all a D10
Yeah.
with the D6 for the hex. There it is. 8 and 3 is 11. Force damage.
11 points of force damage, Zan. How do you want to take down the Heat Miser?
I think the Heat Miser was, starting to.
Oh, he definitely was.
And
he pulled out this flaming hot poker. So at least our tomb's cauterized right now. There's a bunch more fried worms just kind of falling out of him. And he's just, I'm Mr. Heat Miser.
And as he's doing his laugh, Zan, of course, is in total, all my friends, well, soon to be maybe friends, if we hung out more occasionally, are gonna all die. You bastard. And boom, he throws out the first Eldritch Blast, and he janks as he's laughing, and it zips past him. And then the second he looks back like, what the hell? And that's the one that goes.
That's the hex.
Slow-mo's right into the face, and
yes.
the force.
And you see the Heat Miser dissolves into what looks like pieces of ash and float away on the wind. And there's a moment of silence, and then all the elves and the gnomes and the kinder who work here at the North Pole cheer. Yay! He's gone! The Heat Miser's gone!
Stop fucking clapping! Someone get them a doctor!
None of us are medically certified.
And then we look at the goth dark characters look at each other like, oh crap. We'll try to stabilize.
I could give it a go.
All right, stabilizing.
All right, give me medicine checks.
Yeah.
You can get if you both are working at a time, you can get advantage because you're assisting. You're like, well, I know if people bleed out of here, they die, so we should probably stop that. And
Yeah, I'll assist Zan because I'm technically a murderer and a poisoner. I'll be like, so
Yeah.
this is what you don't use for this. And reverse
Right.
engineer it.
So who are you
All right.
trying
Use
to
the
save
poison.
first? Yeah.
Did either of them go down before
They're both
the other?
down. But Sir Tomb is down 1 death save.
All right. So Zan comes running over, which looks really stupid and weird with the he pulls up his Grim Reaper thing and his chains are rattling and dragging on the ground, but then he like knee power slides and he's like, live, damn you, live.
I mean, technically I'm helping.
Oh, it's advantage. Oh,
Yes.
goodness.
I'm being like,
I just
yo,
rolled a
like,
2.
this is what
Look at
you're
the
not
one.
supposed to do.
So I'm pounding on his chest, and you're like, he's bleeding, you idiot. and there it is, 16. I'm like,
You are able to stabilize Sir Tomb.
bunch of Grim Reaper robes stuffed in the wounds with the worms
You
coming
think
out.
he'll come to in about an hour.
Okay.
All right.
He
but
coughs
Fluffy's
out some
also-
worms.
Yeah. Some worms come out.
I'll
And
like kind of
the little
scoop
worms
it out
cough
and
out
put them
tiny
in like.
worms.
I'll kind of scoop those out of the mouth area, but like he might choke on that, and kind of like, right.
As soon as you do more crawl out,
Yeah, let's just kind of roll him to a side because I know
put
if you
him in
leave
the
him on
safety
the.
position.
Yeah, it's like she's like, I know if you leave them like that, they usually choke on their blood, or in this case, worms. So this way, there we go.
It'd be a weird way to go. I mean, kind of cool, but a weird way.
Yeah.
And then he realizes Fluffy's dying and does the same thing with the hikes the robes and drags the chains. And Fluffy got burned.
Yeah. And Claude.
All right. So again, this time he'll try to mitigate a frostbite and cool off the hot spots and whatnot in his attempt because he has no skill at medicine.
And I'll tear my my cloaks to make some like wraps
Mm-hmm.
to help.
So the first one's an 11, and can't keep the dice, and the next one's a 4. So does
Okay.
11 do it?
11 is enough to stabilize him, but you think he won't come to for about 3 or 4 hours.
Sorry, my furry friend. And I scritch his ears.
Oh,
So, you feel, and as you scratch his ears, you feel a snowflake fall from the sky. With the heat miser's presence removed from the North Pole, it appears that the weather is beginning to return to normal.
Can we cut to like 3 hours later
Mhm.
and like the elves playing the calypso drums?
Yeah. Yeah, they do have they did keep the steel drums. And they some of the elves having taken a short rest now, they look slightly less exhausted. And they are one of them is a lot of them are trying to make what snow has fallen in the 3 hours time. Sculpt statues of each of you, like snow sculptures as like the heroes of Christmas Town. And Sir Tomb, you come to after about an hour. So you've been awake for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, when Fluffy, you come to, you're tucked into a warm bed inside the North Pole Inn.
Is there anybody else around?
Just you two in the medical suite right now. Medical suite. They were like, we'll put the unconscious people in here.
He kind of coughs and he rolls over towards Fluffy and slowly sits up on the edge of his bed. He stares at Fluffy. Are you awake, Fluffy?
Yeah, I just kind of. What happened?
We gave the performance of our lives. The crowd was enraptured mostly by me, but they also enjoyed your flute music. Fluffy, are you a notary, an official notary by chance?
Yeah, sure.
Would you like a little more healing?
Well, I won't say no.
Close your eyes.
Oh, is it the worms again? Can you just give me the worms? I don't.
It's something different this time.
Oh, that's concerning. Okay. All right, my eyes are closed.
All right, now open your mouth.
Oh, oh, come on, man.
Trust
all right,
me.
fine.
It's not the same thing as last time. He takes off his gauntlet and like shakes out the worms from the gauntlet into his hand. He goes over and shoves the worms into Fluffy's mouth. Now Now chew, Fluffy, chew.
Oh, these aren't crispy. Oh, come on, man. They're wiggling still. Oh.
He casts suggestion on Fluffy.
Oh, no.
Why?
All right, Fluffy, can you make me?
Using his last spell slot.
Can you make me that saving throw? I believe it's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom
save?
saving throw.
All right, that's a +3 to this. That would be a grand total of 6. I believe that's a failure.
Yeah.
So while Fluffy's chewing, he leans really closely and he whispers into Fluffy's ear through his dark iron mask. You should sign a notarized form that announces that I am Santa's BFF and you are number 2. He leans back.
Sounds
But
like
he
a
will-
pretty
he
good
will-
idea.
He will also use Lay on Hands to give Fluffy 5 hit points.
Okay. So you have 6 hit points, Fluffy.
Yay!
And he provides the paper and the ink. There you go.
Yeah, I'll get right to that. And he pulls out his forgery kit, which just looks like your normal, parchment and everything.
Yeah, give me
And,
a forgery check, Fluffy.
Okay, all right. So
How good is this official?
I mean, I'm proficient with it. So what is that?
Yeah.
A dex? Is that wisdom? I mean, what?
I'd say
I've
it
never.
could be either intelligence. I think the way you're using it would be more dex or wisdom.
Yeah,
'Cause you're not-
I would think.
Probably wisdom more, because you're not trying to replicate somebody else's,
Okay.
So,
So a 9.
yeah. So you got a document. It looks official.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, it was a really good suggestion, because I was going to tell you anyway that I felt bad because I mean, I only just really met Santa like a week ago, so I'm not really his best friend, and you seem like you're such a good person and you like Santa so much. I felt really bad. So you really are Santa's best friend. I'm just, a poser.
That's very big of you to admit that, and I agree.
I thought you would. So here's the notarization. It won't mean much because it was never true in the first place. But here,
I'm going to frame it and put it in my cave.
oh, you know what? I'll put a
tell-
POW print on it too, so it really makes it. You definitely. He's like, there you go. It's official now.
I will tell this story to my vampire wife and vampire child for many years. I'm not a vampire. I'm just a man, but
You're at. Okay, you have a vampire wife, a vampire child. You draw things. Was that hell you were drawing him into?
I'm glad to hear they got married. That's pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, is that those portals that I almost fell into when you were turning the fire guys into little demon things? Is that hell?
what if we are already in hell? Who's to say?
No, we're in the North Pole. Completely different.
Oh.
I really think the North Pole is exactly the opposite of hell. I mean, it might be hell for other people, but for me, no. The cold never bothered me anyway.
I'm just a man who I love all people, regardless of whether they are alive or dead.
I'll drink to that.
And Zan and Asher, you hear talking coming out of the room where the unconscious dying people were.
The minute that I started hearing talking, I just look at Zan. Whatever silence or conversation we had, I just completely ignore. I just kind of caught my elven ear to it, just like I've been eavesdropping the entire time.
Give me a perception check to see if you heard it.
Hell yeah, I would. 13.
You can catch some of it, like half of it.
Do I hear the love all people, dead or alive part?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Ash just backs away slowly and then just looks at Zan and is like, I'm not sure if Dawn said they're with someone or not, but looks like you're their type.
And Zan will be like,
Ornery crosses his arms and looks at you.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what his hand's trying to be like. My significant other is right here. But that's why he's like, cool.
Right, never mind. You guys are married. It's a bit too quick for me to process.
It all happened so fast.
Did? Well, you know what? Love is love. Kind of look at the girl.
And she kind of tugs on your one of your chains again, Zan.
I'm supposed to tell you that since you unchained 12 of the people who were trapped in there, that 12 of the villagers got to go to rest.
And the tear that rolls through Zan's dark makeup, leaves a mascara streak down the side of his face, and he's like, That's beautiful. Why didn't you go?
Well, I think you're pretty cool.
I think you're pretty cool too. And he puts out his hand down like for a high five.
Mm-hmm. You feel like a very faint impression.
So you're gonna hang out with Ornery and I for the time being then?
I think that sounds really fun.
What do you think, Ornery?
Yeah. And at that moment, as the two heartwarming conversations, heartwarming, various degrees, conversations are taking place, you hear, Santa has emerged back in. I see you all have done a great job clearing out the place. Took care of that heat miser. Sorry. So I substitute Santa voice.
I love it so much.
You guys have definitely... He looks at Ashra. Ashra, you've definitely taken yourself off the naughty list. Moving you to the nice list. Immediately.
We both know it's an off year. I look forward to the Coles next year, old man, but this year...
Yes, this year is different. Now, I heard 2 almost died after a stirring rendition of the Nutcracker.
They're in there.
I'm sad I missed it. Maybe we should start a theater company here at the North Pole. And then, every year, you all can come back and put on a performance. For New Year's. Yes.
I'd be down for it.
Alright. I have Christmas presents for you all. And one moment, let me get my shack. And he goes and pulls out this bag, and you see Jacqueline Frost pokes her head, and she goes, "Oh yeah, glad y'all are still alive. Thanks for, messing up my brother. Y'all want a white Christmas? Yes or no? I can arrange it."
As long as it's cold and dark.
Yep.
Okay.
That works. I got a job coming up. That's useful.
White Christmas, and you see Sir Toom and Fluffies, you're having a conversation. Jacqueline Frost sticks her head in. White Christmas, yes or no? Yes.
Which kind of white?
Snow, ice.
Which kind of snow? Oh, ice.
Snow and
That's
ice,
fine.
or I can work with a lot.
Have it ice rain and then snow on top. It'll be dangerous and beautiful.
I can arrange that. All right, so White Christmas is for everyone. Don't worry, I know y'all live. I got a lot of weather working to do, but thanks again. Catch y'all later. Heard y'all perform the Nutcracker or something. Something about Jolly needing therapy. I don't know. And she goes off. And Santa Claus comes back with his shack, and he comes up. He goes, "For you, Ashra, I've got 8 gold bars."
Clink. She quickly just puts it away and is like, "I can buy so many good things with
That
this."
should be enough to buy that new shed of armor you were wanting, and some daggers.
Tries her best to hide a smile, just kind of pulls the hood over herself, like,
Just try not to kill too many people with them.
This time it's just a smile.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright. And for you, Jean, I'm giving you, and he pulls out, a key. And he goes, this will unlock some of those chains you bear. Lighten your load a bit. It's the holidays.
Appreciate it. It's an emotional key to my heart.
It is. It'll also release a few more of them villagers back there.
Thanks, Santa. You always were a nice one.
Of course I am. I'm Santa Claus. And he pats Zan on the shoulder. Comes into the room. The door to the room is now open. He goes, Fluffy!
Hey, Santa.
I got you a very special gift. And he pulls out from his sack, multiple kegs. We've got some 66-year-old whiskey here.
Ooh. Okay, is it blended?
It's shingle malt.
Oh.
I also have a shingle malt scotch here. And, here
Guess who's
is...
passed out for Christmas?
I know the way that you go through this stuff, and so I thought I'd get you a year's supply. And he just keeps pulling out barrels of just different types of meads and rums and whiskeys and scotches.
Santa, you know me so well.
I know when you're sleeping, and I know when you're awake. So
That's creepy, okay? You really shouldn't tell people that.
Look, my restraining order's been lifted, so it's fine. Shartoum,
Yes, Santa.
last year you wished for one day of peace for your friends. What is it you wish for this year?
I wish for the beginning of the Age of Worms.
Kind of pulls out a book. That's, looks like Kiosh's domain.
Yes.
See.
He's... I'll just wait here patiently.
Do you have a second? On the second wish on the list?
I would really like one of those infernal war machines.
I could probably have something arranged. You do live pretty much in the middle of nowhere on the desert, so. Alright. Oh, and your wife asked you, and he plans you like a note. Your wife also asked you to bring home some takeout on the way home.
Oh no. All right. Did you tell her I was doing good deeds?
I did.
All right. Thank you, Santa.
Merry Christmas, Shartoum. And, check your driveway tomorrow morning.
He smiles despite himself.
And he kind of gives you a shoulder, and he goes, oh, and this is for your little girl. And he hands you, it's a little package. It's wrapped up nicely. I finally got that list from your wife.
Thank you.
She brought it by. She said
And
you
I have
forgot
a-
it.
I have a gift for you too, Santa. Here.
A gift? For me?
Yes.
A tear comes
because
to
you
his
have
eye.
been such a good boy this year. And because we are best friends forever. It's a lady reindeer.
It's beautiful. It'll shit in a place of honor on my shelf.
It will what in a place of honor? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I had a problem with that word too, Toombs. I mean, I was going to show him the notarized thing saying you're his best friend, but that, I don't know.
Sorry. you guys finally broke me. I shed. It'll shit in a place of honor on my shell.
Thank you for clearing that up, Santa. That's what I thought you said.
Okay.
Well, it is a wild animal, so...
Must be a North Pole thing.
And she's chosen this voice and then used every S word she could. It was just insane.
Oh,
Bravo.
Merry Christmas. Oh. And he puts it in like a, he shoves aside like some award or something, and he just boop, sets the lady reindeer on the mantelpiece right next to the stockings. And everyone, there is eggnog and cookies. There's a small Christmas party before Santa has to leave in his sleigh to deliver presents. But you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve night and return back home for Christmas Day itself. After the reindeer done dropping Santa off, they each bring you home, and you'll have a very Merry Christmas. And so that's where we leave off until next year. Yay! Excellent, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, all right. Let's go around. Let's say who we are, where we can find you online, and what your favorite moment from tonight's game was. Let's go in the same order we did earlier. Deception check.
Oh gosh, I've got to. Okay. I wrote some things down.
Excellent.
Yes. I am deception check. I played Fluffy, also known as Clark Griswold, Kris Kringle, a couple other names here and there. I had Opa Mistletoe there, but I never got to say another name. So he's everyone to everyone. So I had an absolute blast. You can find me on Mondays here on the channel in this very time. Well, not quite this time slot. We don't go quite this late.
Yeah.
Playing Mondays in Exandria with a wonderful group that Lindy is with. Tuesday nights I play Merrick Tenpenny on Mists of Ravenloft, same channel, same time frame, just the Tuesdays. Occasionally we play Aliens, where I am Hank Granger, the poor getting sliced open by alien company man who is hoping that he never has to get the help from McKeelson because he'll probably just die at that point. And an Expanse show coming up very soon. If we can get everything rounded together, I'll be gamekeepering that one and putting together a real fun little 3-shot there with some great players. So my favorite parts, I have 2 I wrote down. The first one was Zan talking to Toombs. What color are your worms? I thought that was a real interesting question at that point. And then the other one was Jolly. I didn't know my shoulders were sexy. I thought that was that whole line after that point just had me cracking up. The whole dancing, juggling with the shoulders. It was fun. Thanks. This was great.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I loved Fluffy, and that was a blast. So excellent. We'll be back next week with our regular schedule of Mondays in Exandria. And yes, I'm very also much looking forward to our Expanse 3-shot. More info and a trailer on that very, very soon. Next, we have the wonderful, the ever so lovely Lark Gloria. Ashra, how are you? How was that for you?
Oh my god, this is probably one of the most whimsical, kind of unpredictable games I've played yet. So that's been amazing. Thank you, everyone. That's been like, oh my god, you guys are so great. And like, Lindy, you're an amazing GM. This is 2 out of 2. And I'm like, yes, it's so good. Anyways, favorite moment. The pre-betrayal was strong, and that's probably my favorite thing. It's like top 10 anime betrayals. I am a tree. I am not a tree. I am a tree. I was in for emotional roller coaster, and technically, they kind of went through the seasons. Because you think about, there was the greens, and then there was autumn, and then there was fall, in which he got put out. So it was poetic. It was actual, living the moment. It's amazing. There were so many good moments though, but I'll keep talking forever. As for who I am Lark Gloria on Twitter. I draw things and sing things sometimes. Though, to be fair, I'm mostly on Final Fantasy or dying of Christmas. I also do have an Instagram. I post my cat pictures on there. I think he sometimes was in the background as a little black blob. He is my baby. I love him. And you can also find me on Hollow Tales channel on Saturdays, yeehawing and being even grumpier and surlier than Asher Linares right here, as I play a very angry cowgirl who throws cards. Yeah, but that is me, I think. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for playing. Ashra was super, super Christmas grumpy, but secretly loved everything, which I thought was great. Speaking of people I thought who were great, we got Greybeard.
Hey, it's Greybeard of Greybeard's Tavern, and I'm glad we're done because I can sit up straight and not have my head twisted and take chains off and whatnot. No, I mean, thank you. This was my 9th game in 7 days. So yeah, exactly. And so it was a wonderful thing to end on before, a couple weeks here of very slim gaming. Getting married to a squirrel was indeed a very beautiful impromptu moment. Thank you ever so much. And so that had to probably be my favorite bit, but my goodness, I really do love like wrenches thrown in the works and impromptu type stuff, and we all just did it tonight. Everybody was like, sure, Goofy, go. And I love that kind of thing. You can find me on my Twitter. Again, I do a lot of games and a lot of one-shots and whatnot. So just check out Greybeard Tavern over on the tweets, and I post everything that I'm going to be in, and yeah, and more. So.
Excellent. Yeah. If you had been caught in any of the AoEs, I was going to have a very dramatic death scene for Ornery. But your marriage is safe.
Yes. All right.
Speaking of marriage being safe, Sir Doom, how are you? How was that for you? It's been a while since I've DM'd you as Sir Doom. It was good to have. It was good to be back.
Yeah, Sir Tomb's original campaign was you. Like it was our Vecna Lives campaign. Pretty long time ago now. I had a great time. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved everybody's characters. It's hard for me to pick a single favorite moment, but I do love just how immediately dour every single person was in slightly like different ways. It was a very, very like flat, awkward Christmas party, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I do think that, at least in Sir Tomb's mind for now, Fluffy's his new arch nemesis. He decided that almost immediately, and that's just something that once he decides something, he doesn't have enough brain power to change his mind.
No. Bless him.
Yeah, I loved it. I had such a great time. Thank you for having me on the channel again. And excited to get to play with new people, and I had a lot of fun with both of you. And Deception, of course, I always enjoy getting to play with you too, buddy. You can follow me online on Twitter at Donathan Fry. I do stream a lot. I'm off most of the rest of the year, I think. I don't think I have too many streams left this year, but I've got a bunch of stuff coming next year, a lot of fun games. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see what I'm up to. I think that the next big thing I'm doing will be, fingers crossed, I hope, January 1st, evening of January 1st, we'll be airing our May Black Roses Bloom, our Dragonlance holiday special, New Year special epilogue. So we've recorded Lindy's scene. We've already recorded because it's a huge cast. It's like 14 people, so we couldn't have them all on at once. So we recorded the scenes individually, and that's like the 42nd episode. Like it's the very end of this epic campaign that we've been doing for about a year and a half, and I'm really excited to share that with everybody.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm super excited to share it with everybody as well. And thank you all so much for who came out tonight, night before Christmas Eve, if you will. This was super duper fun. I did love how it was basically a very deadpan Christmas. It was just brilliant, and I loved it. And favorite parts, gosh, I have so many. There were so many good moments. Every time Santa Claus spoke, just glancing at deception checks, face cracking up, started to crack me up, so I had to stop looking at him. But just so many good moments. I loved y'all's idea to put on the theater production. That was, and then like the follow through was there, and I was like, yes! They didn't just like, oh, maybe we'll do it, and then we'll just go attack it. Y'all stuck with it, and I loved it. So, the kookiest rendition of the Nutcracker ever, that was one of my moments. And I loved the Dirty Dancing left, out of getting pulled out of the ground, and the Dirty Dancing left. That was fantastic. I really thought that was great. But you can find us here every week on Monday and Tuesday. Unfortunately, because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, because today's Christmas Eve, we will not be having our regular Mists of Ravenloft, so you'll come back next week for some more of that good stuff. And if not, because I know a lot of people are still busy for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day stuff, we'll have something. We'll have at least another kooky one-shot with people going, because I need games, because everything's thin right now, because all the Christmas specials already happened, and nothing picks back up till mid-January, so there will be games. We also have our Teenagers from Outer Space game this Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. to noon. So check it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a holiday episode, because I talked with Kiana this morning while we watched Teenagers from Outer Space, the original 1959 movie. It was horrible and great. If you haven't watched it, I kind of recommend it. It's at least funny. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, Hanukkah, had a great solstice. Just have happy holidays and take some time off, relax, spend some time with just you and family if you like family. If you don't like family, just take some time for you. So thank you all, and we'll catch you later at some point. Goodbye.